recent increase in people testing positive, and they've come mostly from one cluster. Today is the last day of school for Charlotte, DeSoto, Hendry, and Glades counties. Lee and Collier County schools end for the summer next Wednesday. There is summer food assistance for students in all counties. Details with where you can get food help is on the Wink News app. Some businesses in Cape Coral could soon get more financial help. The Community Redevelopment Agency says it's sending out letters next week informing businesses within the CRA district that may be eligible for assistance with their rent or mortgage. The historic launch of the first private crewed rocket is now targeted for Saturday. Bad weather forced yesterday's launch to be scrubbed. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Good Thursday morning. Traffic slowing in Cape Coral on Gleason Parkway heading eastbound towards Skyline Boulevard. Also southbound delays on Skyline just to the south of Pine Island. Nothing major, only for about a quarter mile. If you are in North Fort Myers, traffic slowing on North Cleveland Avenue heading south towards Littleton. So if you want to avoid the slowdown, hop on Business 41. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Get ready for a hot and humid day of weather before some rain starts to cool you down. First up, high temperatures in the 90s, heat index between 100 to 105, and that will help to fuel a round of afternoon and evening scattered rain and storms, capable of heavy rain and lightning for some. As we look ahead to the next several days, rinse, repeat, more rounds of scattered storms, including a Friday all the way towards Saturday. Spotty rain chances on Sunday with some more pop-up rain and temps in the 90s for next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
For the right information on the coronavirus.
We don't want people coming into contact because that's the way we're going to win this war. That is so important.
Get facts, not fear.
92.5
Fox News.
Get the best sleep of your life. Helix makes personalized mattresses to fit your unique body type and sleep preferences. Go to helixsleep.com and get up to $200 off mattress orders.
Between pollen, pollution, and all the other nasty stuff in the air these days, isn't it time to make good nasal hygiene your new normal? Think about it. You wouldn't go a day without washing your hands or brushing your teeth, but what about your nose, the body's air filter? Cleaning your nose with nasal irrigation is clinically proven to relieve congestion caused by allergies and colds and flu without drugs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage, the world's only nasal irrigator with powered suction. Navage is the easy-to-use alternative to neti pots, pills, and prescriptions. Navage cleans your nose naturally by flushing out allergens, mucus, bacteria, and worse. Here's my promise to you. Try Navage. If it doesn't relieve congestion and help you breathe better and feel healthier, just return it for a full, no questions asked refund. Over 1 million sold. Online at Navage.com or in stores at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, and Target. Make good nasal hygiene your new normal with Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E.
Eating dinner in your underwear?
Honey, put some clothes on.
Taking cold showers every hour? Or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home. And due to these difficult times, we have extended our no diagnostic fees, no trip charges, no strings. Visit FloridaCoolToday.com to schedule. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Dr. Shane Walker here at Thrive Chiropractic and host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years. And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, T-H-R-I-V-E, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare contracts, and in the process started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. I guarantee if we can't cancel your timeshare contract, you'll pay nothing.
Were you lied to when buying a timeshare and want out? Get the facts about timeshare cancellation. Call Wesley now for your free information kit. 800-858-1199. 800-858-1199. 800-858-1199.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the phone number and the text line. Also streaming live each and every day as we do on YouTube. If you want to watch, we love that people are subscribing to the channel, that they are watching, that you're commenting. And as you do comment, we get to see that. Good to see you too, Crypto. Thank you so much. And as a matter of fact, I can even move that a little bit. Oh, I'm moving all kinds of stuff here. And so anytime you want to comment, we would love to put your comments on the screen there at YouTube. Just go to Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's, and please subscribe to the channel when you do, and you can watch. All right, coming up on the program this morning, in the end, is it the face mask that is the clearest symbol of America's divide? We're going to get to this story from the American Thinker, which I thought was pretty interesting. On the heels of, are you ready for this, Jake? On the heels of this portion of the story, where now, after all is said and done, and I'm trying to figure out where we are, what we're supposed to be doing, how this is supposed to work out, now Dr. Anthony Fauci is telling us that wearing a mask is symbolic and that there may be no second wave of COVID-19. I don't know how many times you can move a goalpost. I don't know how many times you can move a narrative. We have to wear a mask. We don't wear a mask. It's symbolic. It's important. It's going to save your life. It's really not going to do anything, but it really does show solidarity. Solidarity for what? Solidarity for we're all in this together, except when we're not in this together because there's blue and red states and they're going after each other. And if we wear a mask out, then some people are saying, well, why are you wearing a mask? And if we don't wear a mask, there are people that are literally getting kicked out of stores because people are panicked. And now we have Dr. Fauci saying that it's just symbolic. Are we supposed to? Are we not supposed to? Do we need to do this? He always wears one. So, you know, it comes down to, again, the divide. And in this American Thinker story, talking about the specifics of whether or not a mask can help or helps you, or how does it help or how doesn't it help. We had Dr. Robert Armstrong on yesterday. We were talking about masks as well, who is an RNC committeeman in Texas and an internal medicine surgeon, and trying to navigate through all of this. And what we have come to find out at the end of the day is that nobody knows what to do. Nobody knows what's going on. There's a moving of the goalposts every single day. Every day there's a moving of the goalposts, and people are tired of it. They're just tired of it. So we'll get to that. We'll get to more specifics on that story coming up. Also, I did want to mention that there's more with big tech and Twitter, and now the president will make an announcement today. It looks like there will be an executive order against Twitter and big tech, that they are publishers now. They are not platforms. The simplest way to explain the Twitter issue is this. Jake the Millennial opens up Jakeology. Jakeology is this brand new website where you just go there and you make a little screenshot of your face or your dog or a can of soup or whatever you feel like doing, and that's your little emoji. And then you get a green check mark, a red check mark. What kind of check mark? Do you get a check mark or a thumbs up? In Jakeology, what do you get, Jake? If you have this platform, Jakeology, what do you get?
You get 1 star until you make it to 50.
You get 1 star until you make it to 50. And then you set up your screen name and you get everything all set, and you log in every day, and then you say whatever you want to say. Anything. As long as it's not criminal, as long as it's not pornographic, you're fine. You can knock yourself out in Jakeology. You can say some of the most ridiculous things like
COVID-19 infects space, and space is now sick.
You can say that if you want to. It doesn't matter. Because Jakeology is just a platform. It's just a place for you to deposit your thoughts, right? Jake doesn't edit. Jake doesn't take them out. Jake doesn't touch them. It's like a bowl. It's a bowl of really weird thoughts that you just drop, right?
Bowl of doggy doo.
It could be a bowl of doggy doo.
Bowl of doggy doo.
So you just drop your thoughts in, right? Are you following? This is good so far. This is a pretty good analogy, right?
Oh, it's perfect.
Okay, you're just dropping. Now, Jake never sticks his fingers in that bowl because it's just a deposit. It's a place to deposit your thoughts. It's a platform. It's a way for you to just deposit. Now, if Jake goes in there and says, oh, this COVID-19 is infecting space, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Oh, the president of the United States said something about mail-in ballots and fraud, and oh, no, that's ridiculous. As a matter of fact, there's another political party who would claim that there absolutely is never any fraud when it comes to mail-in ballots, where there are many people that have proven and have even said in the past that it's a bad thing to do. But we're going to put that aside. I'm going to pick sides on this. And I'm going to dip my finger into the Jakeology bowl, Jake does, and says, oh, President of the United States, tweet about mail-in ballots? Oh, no, we're gonna take that out of the bowl. See, that's called a publisher. That's somebody who decides editorially whether or not they want that thought in the bowl or not. Now, platforms can't do that. You getting all this, Jake? If you're Jakeology, you're a platform. Because what happens is you just took my COVID in space story out. You called me crazy? I'm going to sue you, Jakeology, Jake, owner of Jakeology. I'm suing you, pal, because you just called me crazy, and now my boss thinks I'm crazy, and I just lost my job, and my wife left me. Well, my wife was going to leave me anyway, but she left me now, and my son doesn't want to have anything to do with me, and even my dog is peeing all over the house because of you, and I'm suing you, Jakeology, because you just made that decision to edit. To make that decision. See, as a platform, as a depository, you can't sue Jake because Jake doesn't dip his fingers into the well there. He doesn't dip his fingers into the bowl of your thoughts. He just lets them sit and marinate. And you guys fight amongst each other. You want to sue that guy? Go ahead, knock yourself out. You're mad at that other guy for saying something? Go ahead, you guys fight it out. I'm just a bowl. But if Jake starts dipping in and deciding that this guy's crazy and this guy's not, and I'm putting this in and I'm taking... Now you become a publisher. You don't have any protections anymore. I can sue you now. Twitter has always enjoyed that protection. Facebook has always enjoyed that protection. Jakeology has always enjoyed that protection. Jake started dipping his fingers into the bowl. Now you can sue Jake. Twitter started dipping their fingers into the bowl. Now you can sue Twitter. That's not what they want. And if there was a change, whoo, that's a big old change. So apparently the president of the United States is talking about this today. And there quite possibly could be an executive order just before we hit the 9 a.m. hour. The president already talking about this, that he's going to do something. And it looks like an executive order is on the way that might change that from platform to publisher. And then all bets are off. Then, woo, everything changes. All right. So we'll get to those details coming up in a little bit. Hopefully that Jakeology, Jake, for those that maybe don't understand, did that make sense? Do you understand?
I got it.
Okay. And if you got it,
most everyone should.
Well, we assume that most everyone would have it just because we know how not awake you are right now. That's a way to put it. All right, 239-479-5592. All right. I see what some people are tweeting. I'm not going to repeat what you just said there. That's rude. Don't be rude. I'm not going to get too crazy. We have some folks saying, good morning, Roger. Good morning. We appreciate you and seeing you there. Thank you. On our YouTube page, you can see the reactions. I wanted to get to this story because this morning as you wake up, you're finding that there is looting and trashing of buildings and targets on fire in certain cities around the country. Los Angeles, there are police cars that are being just wrecked, smashed windows, turned over on interstates. Minneapolis right now, we're coming to find out that there's rioting going on in Minneapolis. president announced yesterday that he's directed the FBI and the DOJ to investigate the death of George Floyd. Floyd died in police custody. If you heard about the story, Jake heard about the story, but the details are starting to come out little by little. And the one thing that I want to make sure with a story like this is that I didn't talk about it yesterday. Not even sure I want to get into detail today because you want more of the story to come out, but there are some things that are fundamental and simple about this story. Monday evening, police in Minneapolis responding to a call about a man suspected of forgery. They found him sitting on top of a blue car and appeared to be under the influence. They don't have a lot of video about what happened before the incidents with 4 officers. But what ended up happening is one of the officers, while George Floyd was cuffed, had him on the ground and put him what they call a blood choke, I guess. If you know about this, it's horrific to watch, but it's basically putting your knee on someone's neck to cut off the blood supply, and that appeared to be what the officer was doing. It's there on video. People were telling him to stop. The officer wasn't stopping. The person, George Floyd, was saying he was having a problem breathing, and his stomach was feeling bad. And next thing you know, he passed out and ultimately died there. And you know, so many things come to mind. And now, Minneapolis, we have those 4 officers that have all been fired. I can't imagine how the one officer with his knee on George Floyd is not going to be tried and convicted of what. We'll see. Is it going to be 1st degree, 2nd degree, 3rd degree? You have to have an intent to kill for there to be 1st degree. Racially motivated. Is there any way to tell whether race had, by the way, George Floyd black, the officer's white? Rioting now in Minneapolis. I mean, there's some awful video out there of rioting that is taking place. Targets being destroyed, looted. A U.S. bank downtown Minneapolis being looted. As we speak, I believe there was one person, I was looking at Wink News, if I'm not mistaken, and Jake, you can double check this, but was there one person that was shot just a little while ago?
Yeah, I think just one.
Yeah. So what will happen next? And a couple of things obviously come to mind right now. When you see the video, it's horrible, it's horrific. When you imagine an officer has someone in cuffs, no matter what their size, Jake was bringing up the size difference between George Floyd and the officer. He had him on the ground. He's in cuffs. You would imagine seeing that when you have a few other officers around, even one that was taking care of crowd control, that you have the situation under control, the cuffs are on, and that should be the moment in time where nothing like this should need to take place. And like I said, is there other video that would suggest that there was a reason for him to need to do this? Nobody has seen that video yet. That there was a need to have that kind of treatment of George Floyd. It certainly appears as this is just a horrific situation that as we get through the coming days and weeks, there should be more information, but certainly more against the particular officer that was doing this and the other officers as well. How this is going to be. Is it going to be a 1st, 2nd, or 3rd degree murder charge, a manslaughter charge? What is this going to look like? I don't know. On the other side of this, there's nothing else you can debate when it comes to what you saw in the video. But you can't debate how horrific it is. You just can't. It shouldn't have happened that way. The looting of property and what we will see in the coming weeks, days and weeks now, whether this is going to be something that will rise up nationally, Nobody likes to see that either. Nobody wants to see the looting of property as an answer to all of this. The looting of local stores and the destruction of property. And then also what is happening is the unfortunate situation. We just mentioned Twitter, the Twitter mobs, and the people who want their own justice. They want justice served their way. They don't want to wait for justice to be served through a justice system. They want justice their way. Justice may be looting. Justice may be destruction of property. Their justice may be making false allegations against certain individuals. I'm seeing more and more things popping up on Twitter, even on Facebook, of people who are associating this officer with somebody who was at a Trump rally, which is not true. Somebody who was wearing what was it? Make Whites Great Again, red hat, like a MAGA style hat, and saying that the person in that picture with that Make Whites Great Again hat was the same person who was the officer, which was proven to be not true as well. People that are putting this out in the Twitterverse, people putting this out on social media, the kind of thing that you would assume people like Twitter and Facebook would take down or stop, do something to recognize that that is not the case. It looks like Twitter has started to do that. Ice Cube, of all people. Ice Cube, you know who Ice Cube is? Ice Cube, the rapper? The rapper that soon became an actor, right? Isn't Ice Cube acts, right? He's an actor?
Yes.
Okay. He was one of the people that perpetrated the false picture related to this officer with that hat on, and that's not who that was. He was called out immediately by many on Twitter, and I think that Twitter put, and if you check, Jake, I think that they put something on Twitter underneath that picture to say it was modified content, or I don't know how they worded it. But the point is this. It's horrific to watch. It hurts your heart to see this. There are things that are going to happen in the next few days and weeks. Because of this, there are going to be those that are going to make this clearly, without a doubt, a racial issue. There are people that are going to bring up the ratio of cops that do things to white individuals as opposed to black individuals, and we're going to go through all of this. But you have to take the time to push away all the hatred and the vitriol and the anger through all of this, and just be able to focus on this one incident that took place, to look and see, to see the evidence. There's video evidence, there's clear evidence, what happened here, and that justice will be served. All right, let's take a break. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. If you want to watch on YouTube, of course, at Drew Steele Radio, 3 E's, please subscribe to the channel. It's important, and we appreciate that as well. And plus, you get a little pop-up. It lets you know that we're live each and every day. All right, right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Gulf Shore Business Magazine. Online at gulfshorebusiness.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Wall Street getting optimistic Wednesday with traders' hopes riding high on a possible economic recovery. The Dow closed up about 550 points, the S&P up 44, the Nasdaq up 72. Bankrate.com says some 31 million Americans say they've already withdrawn or they plan to withdraw from their retirement savings because of the pandemic. Google is adding tools to help small businesses.
Restaurants which use third-party apps like Grubhub to deliver can now display those providers on Google Maps. Google is also partnering with PayPal and GoFundMe, allowing businesses to add donation support links to their search profiles, allowing customers to make donations or purchase gift cards to support the venue. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
Your employees and customers have new expectations when it comes to cleanliness. Cintas has the products and services you need to feel prepared. A trained Cintas technician can apply disinfectant and sanitizer spray to common surfaces. And we'll keep you well stocked with gloves, face masks, hand sanitizer, and disinfectant wipes, professional cleaning supplies, and PPE. Just a few ways Cintas can help you keep your business safe. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Want to make your home a more comfortable place but don't think you can afford a top brand heating and cooling system? Well, Carrier has the right solutions for every budget. When you turn to your Carrier expert, they'll show you our full lineup of best-in-class home comfort systems and help you pick the one that best fits into your home budget. Because in this economy, who couldn't use a little more comfort? Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Visit Accurate Comfort Services online at AccurateComfortServices.com today. License number CMC 057023.
These are challenging times we're all living through. It's reasonable to expect stock market swings will remain higher than normal while we wait for global health to improve and businesses to get back in full swing. This will pass, but in the meantime, the purpose of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company and its division, the Naples Trust Company, become ever clearer. We are here to serve as a partner in the strength of your wealth management, apply our expertise on your behalf, provide focused, thoughtful advice, and demonstrate a steadfast investment discipline to see you through the years, no matter what comes our way. Our investment team plans ahead for uncomfortable times, so your wealth management strategy stays intact. If you are not already a member of the Trust Company family, we invite you to discover the difference. Contact us at sancaptrustco.com. SANCAPtrustco.com.
Not FDIC insured. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. On the line with us right now is Dr. Michael P. Varvaris. You can visit him online at michaelpvarvarismd.com, your concierge doctor right here in Southwest Florida. So, doctor, with the coronavirus, it's great that Florida's opening up. We're seeing our friends, our family, but a lot of things have changed. Nutrition, hygiene, and more. Are these habits some things that should be permanent?
I think most people understand that health begins with nutrition. And with this particular situation, people gained an understanding, hey, it's really important to keep my immune system strong, and nutrition plays into that. There's macronutrition with your calories and with water intake and with sugar and starch and fat and protein, and micronutrition with the vitamins and minerals, etc. Eat healthy food, eat food you digest, eat food that comes from nature. Most people are going to eat micronutrient replenishment, good multivitamin, vitamin C, vitamin D, maybe some extra minerals, etc.
Dr. Michael P. Varvaris, MD.com. That's VARVERIS. Visit him online today. Michael P. Varvaris, MD.com.
When you think RV, think La Mesa RV. Everyday low prices on every RV. Top brands like Winnebago, Fleetwood, and Integra. Huge selection, over 2,000 new and used RVs in stock nationwide. A new Thor Sequence motorhome, number 101914, is discounted over $11,000. When you think RV, think La Mesa RV. I-75 at Luckett Road in Fort Myers or LaMesaRV.com. All advertised prices plus tax title and $9.95 dealer fee. Offer expires day of ad.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. My friends Chad and Daniel at Jackson Pools, they are the best. Look, you know what's happening right now. They can close down the beaches, but they cannot shut down your beautiful resort-style pool from Jackson Pools. It's more important than ever to enjoy the healthy benefits of exercise and relaxation that you're going to get with your new Jackson Pool right now in your own backyard, featuring an elegant high-water design, a state-of-the-art recirculation system, custom coping, and a pebble interior finish. And you can have it all for under $35,000. And the truly amazing part is you can be swimming in less than 3 weeks from permitting. So I need to say that again. Look, if a pool is in your future, you've got to talk to my good friends at Jackson Pools. Sit on this doorstep on another hot and sweaty Southwest Florida summer? Well, no, because now is the perfect time to take the plunge. Contact Jackson Pools. Visit them now online at jacksonpools.com. Find out more. jacksonpools.com.
Hey, this is Papa, reporting that we're still getting a lot of calls from homeowners who were told they needed a new re-roof after Irma. Most of these folks had a few broken tiles that are obsolete. Our company has 2 warehouses filled with the older obsolete tiles that have never been used. If you think that you may not need a new re-roof, but only need to replace some obsolete tile, please call me for our free tile roof inspection. We may be able to repair and seal your roof to make it look new and beautiful, a lot cheaper than replacing the entire roof. If you call me for our free inspection, we'll place you on our proactive list. And in the event of another hurricane, you won't have to go searching for a contractor because we will automatically call you to see if you need assistance. Let me show you how we can clean and seal and protect your roof, pavers, and pool decks. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, call us at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700. License CCC 133-1790. We're open 24/7, and you can call us right now for a free tile roof inspection.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. I have my friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples, on the phone. And Dave, you know, I love the selection of floor coverings you have at Floor Meisters. It's fantastic. I've been there myself, and my new home is beautiful with the carpets, Dreamweaver carpets. Can we talk about this, the selection, the durability?
Yes, it's called Twistex. It's a 3-ply yarn. The carpet is very, very dense. It's so dense it even has a stair warranty on it, plus stain warranties. And this would be just perfect for Jake because it has a pet accident warranty.
There you go.
It will clean.
Right. Wow. That is interesting, the way the technology is on these Dreamweaver carpets. And you have quite a selection there, too, of course.
Yes, we do. We have 9 rolls, this in stock, but it's available in 13 patterns, 12 colors to a pattern. This stuff is beautiful. It's the hottest thing since sliced bread.
So you want to see it for yourself? Go to the Floor Meisters. You're going to really love it. 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco. Give them a call, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
This is Corey Lazar with Wink News. Right now, 2 people linked to the death of a Cape Coral woman are still on the loose. Last month, Kaylee Mousseau died from an overdose. Police have arrested 3 people for mishandling her remains. An arrest report show Mousseau did drugs in the suspect's home. When she overdosed, they dumped her body along Gator Circle. The coronavirus has forced 24 residents of an East Naples nursing and rehabilitation center to move to a new facility. The residents leaving have tested negative for the virus, but more patients could be moved depending on test results. The facility released a statement saying they have informed families about the move and are following their emergency evacuation plans and isolation precautions. More people are testing positive for COVID-19 in Hendry County. The Department of Health in Hendry announced they found a recent increase in people testing positive, and they've come mostly from one cluster. Today is the last day of school for Charlotte, DeSoto, Hendry, and Glades counties. Lee and Collier County schools end for the summer next Wednesday. There is summer food assistance for students in all counties. Details with where you can get food help is on the Wink News app. Some businesses in Cape Coral could soon get more financial help. The Community Redevelopment Agency says it's sending out letters next week informing businesses within the CRA district that may be eligible for assistance with their rent or mortgage. The historic launch of the first private crewed rocket is now targeted for Saturday. Bad weather forced yesterday's launch to be scrubbed. I'm Corey Lazar. Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Good Thursday morning. Traffic slowing in Cape Coral on Gleason Parkway heading eastbound towards Skyline Boulevard. Also southbound delays on Skyline just to the south of Pine Island. Nothing major, only for about a quarter mile. If you are in North Fort Myers, traffic slowing on North Cleveland Avenue heading south towards Littleton. So if you want to avoid the slowdown, hop on Business 41. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Get ready for a hot and humid day of weather before some rain starts to cool you down. First up, high temperatures in the 90s, heat index between 100 to 105, and that will help to fuel a round of afternoon and evening scattered rain and storms, capable of heavy rain and lightning for some. As we look ahead to the next several days, rinse, repeat, more rounds of scattered storms, including your Friday all the way towards Saturday. Spotty rain chances on Sunday with some more pop-up rain and temps in the 90s for next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This is Jason from North Fort Myers, and I listen to Drew Steele in the mornings. I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
Attention Florida HVAC technicians. I want you to take a look down at your uniform. Is the name Best Home Services embroidered on the front? If not, I have some very bad news. You're working at the wrong company. Join a team where you can create your own opportunities. Join Best Home Services. If you take pride in providing outstanding customer service, Best Home Services is where you want to be. Of course we offer top wages, top benefits, and top perks, but it's the other stuff that makes us different. You and your family deserve more. Join the team at Best Home Services and enjoy living up to the name. Best Home Services, now hiring HVAC technicians.
True relief for back and neck pain.
During these challenging times, Johnson Spinal Care at 596 Back is still here to help people who are dealing with pain or weakness from back or neck conditions like stenosis, sciatica, arthritis, or pinched nerves. We are doing our best to continue to help people who are suffering using non-surgical spinal decompression therapy. We have redoubled our sterilization efforts to help keep you safe. Everything is thoroughly wiped down between every patient. You can trust that at Johnson Spinal Care we are taking every precaution, so please don't hesitate to seek spinal decompression for relief from your back or neck pain. Painless, comfortable, and safe. Avoid spinal injections or surgery. Don't suffer thinking you can't get any care for your condition. Helping Southwest Florida for over 12 years, we are just a phone call away. Call our Medicare-friendly office for a telephone consultation to learn more about spinal decompression. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. We're excited to be open. The staff at Stevie's is here for you and will continue to serve you while putting your health and safety first. We invite you to enjoy a meal in our dining room with a limited menu and seating, or order from our to-go menu on StevieTomato.com for takeout, curbside pickup, or delivered through Bite Squad. Choose from the favorites you love, like our award-winning Chicago-style pizza, juicy chicken wings, full-up-the-bone rack of ribs, gourmet burgers, and more. We're on our way to a brighter tomorrow together, and this great country will prevail. And as you know, Stevie's is committed to your complete satisfaction of our food, service, and value. We're proud to have you as our great customers, and we'll look forward to seeing your smiling faces, eating, drinking, and laughing with us at one of our Stevie Tomatoes locations in Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and on Bite Squad. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
You know Tri-Town Construction as your one-stop shop for all your construction and repair needs, including roofing and remodeling to new custom home construction. Tri-Town Construction wants you to know that they're available to serve your needs during this time of staying at home. As a locally owned and operated business, Tri-Town Construction has always maintained a policy of giving back. Well, they have stepped that up even more. As we all endure this pandemic, Tri-Town Construction is partnered with Seaside Bar and Grill in Bonita Springs and will donate meals from the proceeds of every job they do during this time to those frontline responders helping to keep us safe and healthy. Online at tri-townconstruction.com. Again, tri-townconstruction.com. Tri-Town Construction is ready when you are. Homegrown and here to stay. Safety first, Southwest Florida.
I'm Casey Askar. More immigrants come to America than any other nation on earth. But with a deadly virus spreading across the globe and millions of Americans unemployed, our borders have to be secure. That's why President Trump's order suspending immigration is essential. This pandemic proves just how important borders are. I'm Casey Askar, and I approve this message. I'll help the president finish the wall and control the border once and for all.
92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592, the phone number and the text line. Rich Kolko, Wink News investigative reporter, is going to come up here in just a little bit. 7 o'clock this morning, we're going to talk about the scrubbed launch yesterday of SpaceX. Everybody was all excited, so we'll talk about that. He had an interesting conversation with was it a former astronaut? Is that right? Yeah. So we'll talk about that, and maybe even a thought or two on what has been happening in the day's news and the concerns that many people have about what is happening across the country with regard to this George Floyd story and what's happening in Minneapolis right now, and we'll get to all of that coming up in just a couple of minutes. I said this was taking place. I said this was happening. I said I'm not crazy. I mentioned it yesterday. A few people that were listening and even decided to text and comment on what I said about what is going on in my neighborhood and how there are snakes and alligators and spiders and all kinds of stuff. Well, it turns out Wink News had a story yesterday. Gators getting too close for comfort in neighborhoods. Right here. Here I am. It's me. It's me. They should, whoever did the story, Taylor Smith, is that who did it from Wink News? Taylor needed to sit here with me and talk to me about this. I witness this every day. I've got these ginormous dinosaur-looking alligators in the lakes that are around my neighborhood. I'm not kidding. They're huge. They're like 9 feet, 10 feet. I've got, I told you, I've got the rattlesnakes that are in the backyard right next to the screen in the lanai. I see these, the black widows that I'm chasing around around the outside of my house, around the perimeter, which, by the way, I found something really cool that works, a natural, did I tell you this, Jake, yesterday? That I found a natural way to get rid of recluse and black widows. It's like vinegar, eucalyptus, lavender oils, essential oils, and some dish soap. And I thought it was a joke. And I look, I'll try anything. And I tried it, and it works. It was pretty cool. Yeah, and my house smells great. My house smells like a spa outside. So that's kind of a little benefit. But yeah, I'm telling you. So I'm reading the story, and it says he doesn't think that this type of alligator behavior is going to be over anytime soon. Thanks. Okay. I'm so excited about that. So we've got the mating season. The water is low right now. Alligators are trying to find, I don't know what they're trying to find, but apparently they're trying to find my house. And they've found it. So the call screen's not up. You got to just, yeah. 239-479-5592 if you want to join in the conversation about anything. Certainly you could do that. Also on YouTube, if you want to watch, streaming live every day on YouTube at Drew Steele Radio. Just go to YouTube and there in the search bar, just type in Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's, and you'll see my smiling face right there. And like I said, you can comment as well. So, yeah. Look at that. Scott said, was saying that Twitter is, it's become the news feed for many unverified reports. Well, it is. It's true. It is a fantastic outlet for news. It's a great place to get stories. It's a great place to find out news that's breaking. And it's also an interesting place if you want to find out more about conspiracy theories and how people feel politically. And that's why the president has made the decision, and it's coming. It's going to happen sometime today. We're going to hear the announcement that the president is going to sign an executive order that has to do with possibly regulating the platforms that are now acting as publishers. And again, as I tried to explain earlier, if you're wondering how this is all working. It started with Twitter that decided to add a fact-check notice to one of the president's tweets about mail-in ballots, which is funny because, as the story goes, people are concerned about mail-in ballots because they could be rife with fraud. There have been not one but many situations where we have come to find out that people were committing fraud using these paper ballots. In what way, Drew? Can you give me one example? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Here we go. Here's one right now. And I mentioned this last week. South Philadelphia, a judge of elections admits he took bribes to stuff the ballot box for Democrat candidates. You mean stuff like quote unquote stuff the ballot box? No, I mean literally filling out forms and stuffing ballot boxes. Conspiracy to deprive Philadelphia voters of their civil rights by fraudulently stuffing the ballot boxes for the judicial candidates and for other candidates seeking office. Oh, by the way, all Democrat committee person was the person that did this. Vote totals for 3 Democrat candidates. They wanted to pop them up a little bit. So the guy was standing there filling them out as fast as he could before anybody was looking and stuffing the ballot boxes. So please don't tell us that it doesn't happen. No. It's not widespread. See, first it never happens. Then stories like this pop up and it's like, no, it's not widespread. See, that's the difference. They want you to believe, the left wants you to believe in this country that it's not widespread. So it's not something that's happening blanket across the country. Do you realize how tight elections are? Do you know how many votes away Andrew Gillum was from being the governor of the state of Florida? Do you understand it wasn't tens of thousands? It wasn't hundreds of thousands. It was thousands. Do you know how easy it would be to make that change if we allow in 6 months for mail-in ballots to be the norm now, mail from home because it's convenient. Do you know how easy it would be to change just a couple of thousand votes that would be needed to change and upend an election in states all across the country? You don't need widespread. You just need one spread. It's that simple. So, and also, if I can remind everybody, I know I got kind of off a target here. I'll come back to Trump and Twitter in just a second. But also, it's not a good day unless you have a Debbie Wasserman Schultz piece of audio. I said that with a straight face. I can't do it. No, it's an awful day anytime you hear her voice. But that's not the point. The point is I've got some audio from Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who has gone along with the 2004 audio that we played yesterday of Jerry Nadler, who was saying, hey, you want to see some problems? I live in New York. You want to know about paper ballots and how much trouble they could be? I can show you because I'm from New York. Because, everything that is trouble is from New York. Believe me, I grew up there. I know what it's like. I can say that. That's why I live here. That's not very nice. All right, if you're listening from New York and your family members, get out of there. Why are you still there? Anyway, here's Debbie Wasserman Schultz in case you missed it. This is Debbie Wasserman Schultz not too long ago who was saying, look, paper ballot is a bad idea.
Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz argues a mail-in ballot has wrong written all over it.
Yep. It'd be a risky experiment for us with an election that has stakes as high as a presidential election does. We've never done a mail-in ballot statewide.
Wasserman Schultz is worried about signature fraud, disenfranchising college students, getting addresses wrong.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. What's changed? No, really. Why is she not concerned now? What's happened? You all are smart. You're the smartest audience in radio. You know it. Well, I know it. I'm telling you. You can fill in all the blanks. You know why. I don't have to tell you, do I? But save us the embarrassment of you telling us that mail-in ballots, mail from home, it's safe. Come on, it's not widespread. It's not something we need to be. Yeah, it is. And Democrats know it too. And they just want to use it because they understand that it's to their benefit. And they've proven it time and time again. And I will say this again. I don't care if it's a Democrat or Republican. I don't want anybody to do it. I want the integrity of the vote across the board, period, full stop. So there. So don't start emailing me and shooting me texts on YouTube saying that, that you're a jerk. I don't care. By the way, Robert's out in the Estates, and he says he's good for 7 scorpions inside his house in the Estates in the past 15 years. Scorpions. Scorpions! Maybe you want to stay in New York. I mean, growing up, I never heard anybody telling me, in Brooklyn, I never heard anybody say, hey, Sal, did you wake up yesterday with a scorpion in your bed? I got to tell you something.
Yeah, but rats is a different story.
Yeah, we do have, that's the big thing now. We went from murder hornets to cannibal rats. That's the new thing.
Really?
Oh, yeah. There's a story. I'm trying to think of where it was. I want to say it was the Wall Street Journal. I don't know. I can find it if you want to go look it up, just put in cannibal rats. So what's happening is because there are so few people in major metropolitan cities because of the Rona, that rats don't have anywhere to eat. There's no food laying around. They don't have any, there's nothing in the dumpsters. There's nothing out in front of people's businesses. There's nothing to eat. So they're starting to cannibalize each other. So they're eating each other. So maybe the good news is that we found a way to get rid of rats in New York City. No, that's not really a good answer, but that's the point. But that's what they're doing.
It sounds like a scary movie.
It's you know what? Life is a scary movie, my friend. You haven't lived long enough. Just wait. It gets stranger. All right. Unknown Big says, no, stay in New York. You'll love New York. Keep your liberal voting there. That's a great point. Great point. By the way, if you want to see all of these comments pop up, they pop up on YouTube. All you have to do is watch right now as we stream live each and every day. All right, here we go. So now the president's an executive order, Twitter, this whole thing about mail-in ballots, they decided to fact check him. And the hysterical thing is that when you go to the president's tweet, there's no way, zero, that mail-in ballots will be anything less than substantially fraudulent. Mailboxes will be robbed, ballots will be forged, and even illegally printed out and fraudulently signed. Governor of California, blah, blah, blah. He goes on. He's talking about how it'll be a rigged election, and it says on the bottom, it says, get the facts about mail-in ballots. Guess who the fact checker is? It's CNN Politics. No, I'm not kidding. If you click on the Get the Facts About Mail-in Ballots, it takes you to an article from CNN Politics. Because CNN is the arbiter of all things honest and truthful.
We choose truth over facts.
Kind of like that. Yeah, so in this Wall Street Journal article, as they talked about Twitter adding these fact-check notices to Trump tweets and mail-in ballots, and the president's had enough, and now it looks like there will be an executive order, and as I explained before, it's pretty simple. That if Jake puts together a platform and it's called Jakeology, and he has his platform where you can say whatever you want, like the first thing that comes to your head, like on Jakeology right now, you could say something unbelievably ridiculous like
COVID-19 infects space. Space is now sick.
All right, space isn't sick. How dare this moron say something? But on Jakeology, it's a platform. It's just a bowl. It's just a bowl that holds ideas, and you pop your ideas into the bowl and have a good time with it, and there you go. And Jakeology, until Jake says, this guy is a moron. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to call him out. Jake dips his finger into the bowl, and he decides to take the moron comment about that out, and maybe even brings in a comment about a fact checker or something to say, Jake's a moron for saying that space is infected with COVID, and here's the facts about why Jake's a moron and everything. Now, I could look and say, hold on a second. You just made an editorial opinion. You're not a platform anymore, Jake. You're a publisher. That means that as a publisher, I get to sue you. And that's the protection that places like Facebook and Twitter have enjoyed. And the president signing an executive order is going to change a whole lot of that coming up. All right. See if we have any others commenting on our Facebook page or Twitter, or even on YouTube, as you can watch streaming live. Drew Steele Radio with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. I'm looking at some of the text right now. Somebody said, it's like you just moved to the Everglades and didn't know about it. No, I've been here for 34 years. In 34 years in Southwest Florida, I can tell you I have never had an alligator come up to my door. I've never had a black widow hanging from my front door as I walked out. I've never had a rattlesnake in my backyard next to a screen at the Lanai. I just haven't. What? You've had one?
Oh, I had a tarantula in my room one time as a kid, but that was a long time ago.
All right. Well, that's not nice to say about your friend. All right, let's move on. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Rush Limbaugh. You know, folks, it looks like Democrat Party unity is coming apart while they stick it to American businesses suffering under the coronavirus lockdowns. Senate Democrat leader Chuck Schumer and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi refuse to support liability protections for businesses that want to get back to normal operations. But according to The Hill, a few so-called moderate Democrats are pushing back. Chris Coons, a short little bald guy, Delaware senator, and Biden buddy, says he wants businesses to have some form of liability protection, but only with clear regulatory guidelines. Red tape, in other words. Alabama Senator Doug Jones, whose seat is in serious danger, is also willing to make a liability protection deal with Republicans. He wants businesses to have some protections, but he doesn't want to give them blanket immunity or a blank check. You know, I hope every business owner, large and small, is paying attention to this. I mean, without liability protection in place, swarms of lawyers are going to be filing suit the minute employees, customers, or clients claims they caught the coronavirus because of the business, regardless where they actually got it. Now, some of these businesses are struggling to keep their doors open as it is. Lawsuits would kill them, and the Democrats know it, and they don't care. Democrats howl to the moon whenever somebody calls them anti-business, but that's exactly what they are, straight to their core. Just because you can write does not qualify you to be a best-selling author. Well, the same logic applies to identity theft protection. You may be good at monitoring your credit, but that doesn't make you an authority on identity theft. Data breaches, your personal information gets in the wrong hands. This becomes complicated stuff. Cyber criminals commit identity theft every day. Now, on your own, you could miss certain identity threats, like somebody taking out a payday loan in your name, for instance, or your information stolen as part of a data breach put out there on the dark web for other cyber bad guys to use for their own selfish gain. Now, no one can prevent all identity theft, but let me tell you, LifeLock has the tools and the know-how to help you like no other. Join now. Save up to 25% off your first year. Just go to LifeLock.com, promo code RUSH. That's it. LifeLock.com, promo code RUSH, 25% off.
The Corona Crisis.
Do you see the numbers like I see the numbers?
The latest numbers from the front line.
At the top and 30 minutes past.
On 92.5 Fox News.
Great news, Southwest Florida. Below invoice employee pricing at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. That's right. Below invoice pricing on Chrysler Pacificas, Jeep Wranglers, Jeep Gladiators, and heavy-duty Ram trucks. Over 1,500 new and certified pre-owned vehicles in stock. Loaded, luxurious Grand Cherokee Limited lease. 0 down, $269 per month. That's right. Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. 0 down, $269 per month. Plus at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, you can drive payment-free for 4 months, interest-free for 6 years, and worry-free up to 100,000 miles. Our parts service and body shop are open to serve you. Below invoice employee pricing at Galliana Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com. 42 monthly lease on Jeep, 10,000 miles per year, 0 due at signing plus tax, tag, title, doc, and dealer fee, 0 security deposit, $13.88 per month, per $1,000 borrowed for 72 months at 0 APR with 0 down with lender approval.
In times like these, when we don't know what tomorrow brings, the work we do at Morgan & Morgan becomes even more important. Our technology, remote resources, and diversified team are battle-tested and ready to represent you from the comfort of your home, wherever you are, whenever you need. We are here for you. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Injured? Dial Pound Law on your cell. Pound Law, that's all.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Hi, Michael Crothers, owner of Pure Air Conditioning. We came into business during the mortgage crisis of 2008, so you could say we've seen a thing or two and learned to adjust. Currently, we've made safety adjustments. At Pure Air, all employees are supplied with gloves, foot coverings, and KN95 masks for your protection and theirs. If you need assistance with your air conditioning system, please know that Pure Air Conditioning is making safety priority number 1. You can chat with us online at getpureair.com.
Have you ever wanted to learn a new language like French, Spanish, or Russian, but thought it would be too difficult and time-consuming? Then go to Babbel.com and try it for free. Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you everyday practical conversations that you will actually use. In 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel uses a modern conversation-based technique that makes language engaging, fun, and memorable. It starts by teaching you words and phrases. Then, sentences gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations about real-life topics. Babbel is created by language experts who use the spaced repetition method to help you learn quickly and remember what you learned. With Babbel, you can speak a new language. Babbel. Language for life. Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com or download the Babbel app and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Hey, Southwest Florida. When disasters strike, whether fire, flood, or hurricane, and it's time to file an insurance claim, remember, the more details you provide, the faster and better your chances are of getting the claim paid. That's where Bonafide's AIP comes in. With a virtual tour, photos, and itemized list of your assets on a secure file, those details are always just a few clicks away. Don't wait till it's too late. Call Bonafide at 239-244-8086 or visit us on the web at bonafidemeasurements.com and schedule your AIP today.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by Made Pro of Southwest Florida. Professional cleaning with a personal touch.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
This is Corey Lazar with Wink News. Right now, 2 people linked to the death of a Cape Coral woman are still on the loose. Last month, Kaylee Mousseau died from an overdose. Police have arrested 3 people for mishandling her remains. An arrest report show Mousseau did drugs in the suspect's home. When she overdosed, they dumped her body along Gator Circle. The coronavirus has forced 24 residents of an East Naples nursing and rehabilitation center to move to a new facility. The residents leaving have tested negative for the virus, but more patients could be moved depending on test results. The facility released a statement saying they have informed families about the move and are following their emergency evacuation plans and isolation precautions. More people are testing positive for COVID-19 in Hendry County. The Department of Health in Hendry announced they found a recent increase in people testing positive, and they've come mostly from one cluster. Today is the last day of school for Charlotte, DeSoto, Hendry, and Glades counties. Lee and Collier County schools end for the summer next Wednesday. There is summer food assistance for students in all counties. Details with where you can get food help is on the Wink News app. Some businesses in Cape Coral could soon get more financial help. The Community Redevelopment Agency says it's sending out letters next week informing businesses within the CRA district that may be eligible for assistance with their rent or mortgage. The historic launch of the first private crewed rocket is now targeted for Saturday. Bad weather forced yesterday's launch to be scrubbed. I'm Corey Lazar. Wink News now.
Wink News traffic.
Taking a look at my traffic cams, lots of fog on the alley this morning, especially near State Road 29. If you're heading out of Ave Maria, Immokalee, making your way that way, limited visibility, so make sure to use those low beams. Also delayed on Livingston South towards Immokalee Road, as well as in Estero, corkscrew slowing, heading west towards I-75. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Get ready for a hot and humid day of weather before some rain starts to cool you down. First up, high temperatures in the 90s, heat index between 100 to 105, and that will help to fuel a round of afternoon and evening scattered rain and storms, capable of heavy rain and lightning for some. As we look ahead to the next several days, rinse, repeat, more rounds of scattered storms, including a Friday all the way towards Saturday. Spotty rain chances on Sunday with some more pop-up rain and temps in the 90s for next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour. If you want us, just ask for it.
Hey Alexa, play 92.5 Fox News.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
At Rock Solid, family comes first. And during this difficult time, Rock Solid makes you part of our family with family employee pricing on everything. Rock Solid is open and is giving you a guaranteed lifetime warranty. And there's more. Rock Solid guarantees installation in just 1 week. That's right, it's guaranteed. Do your family a favor by saving big with Rock Solid's family employee pricing offer while supporting local small business. See store for details.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 J&C Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
Your local 1-hour air conditioning and heating team is open and ready to serve you. AC isn't a luxury, but rather is essential to your life. Give our team a call at 844-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Hi there, my name is Dr. Svetlana Kogan, and I'm a board-certified internal medicine concierge physician on 5th Avenue South in downtown Naples. As we're going through these challenging times together, I'd like to take a moment to point out some of the goodness that has impressed me so much in observing our Southwest Florida friends and neighbors. There has been such an outpouring of kindness, camaraderie, and civility that we should feel truly grateful to be a part of this community. We know that focusing on negativity and statistical models lowers our immune system by chronically draining our adrenal glands. So let's focus on love, faith, and hope instead, the 3 pillars of well-balanced mind-body. If our nervous system is in equilibrium, we're better equipped to fight off viruses. Make no mistake, together we shall overcome this. For holistic medical advice or to inquire about the practice, visit my website, customlongevity.com. That's customlongevity.com.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare contracts, and in the process started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. I guarantee if we can't cancel your timeshare contract, you'll pay nothing.
Were you lied to when buying a timeshare and want out? Get the facts about timeshare cancellation. Call Wesley now for your free information kit. 800-858-1199. 800-858-1199. 800-858-1199.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew, Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That is the phone number and the text line. So yesterday, SpaceX. Man, I was so... I can't tell you how pumped I was yesterday. I was so excited. When you watch SpaceX and the website and you get the chance to see, whether it's you're watching on any of your favorite channels, you've got to go to SpaceX's site because just the HD video and the way they do everything, the capsule, the way it looked. Rich Colco is joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Look at this. He's got his own little chyron there that's going to pop up. Safety and security specialist, Wing News. We're going to talk a little bit about the news of the day. We'll get to Minneapolis and George Floyd and that story because as someone who worked for the FBI there for a number of years, decades, as a matter of fact, as the president makes the announcement that the FBI and the DOJ now going to investigate this, we'll get a little insight from you as to how this is going to work out. But, oh, man, I was so excited about SpaceX. I was so excited and pumped and ready to go with the launch, the capsule, what they were... It really was... It was futuristic looking. It was pretty cool. You got to admit, it was pretty cool looking.
It was. It looked like the Tesla.
It looked like
they were sitting in the Tesla.
It did. It was awesome.
All the big touch screens.
Yeah.
None of the analog gauges or knobs or even the CRTs that we're used to in the space shuttle.
Yeah.
Very, very different look. The spacesuits, though.
But it's just look. I'm cool with all of it. It was fun. I'm excited about. The fact that we'll get another shot at this on Saturday, right? So Saturday about, what, 3:30 or something like that?
3:30, I believe it is, depending on the weather again. And there's no I'm glad you're excited yesterday, and we can maintain our excitement. And the fact that America is getting back in the space game, it should be exciting, not only for guys of our age, but for kids these days to realize what America can do again.
Yeah, and I was excited to show my son all about what was happening and for him to see the capsule. He had the iPad in his hand 30 minutes before because he was keeping an eye on it while I was doing some work. So he was checking all of this out and kind of looking and questioning what things were, and it was exciting to see. And so Saturday, that'll be fun as well. But you had an interesting conversation with somebody that you know.
Yes.
Who was, he was an astronaut? What's his story?
Not just an astronaut.
All right, hold on. I apologize. By the way, we are streaming live on YouTube. Anytime you want to watch the program, you can watch right now. Just go to YouTube and in the search bar, type in Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's, and please subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate it as you watch Rich Colco joining us, and we talk about him. And so who is this gentleman? And give me his story. Go ahead.
His name is Scott Parazinski. Just led not a charmed life. He earned everything he got, but just amazing things that he's done. Grew up the son of a diplomat, so he went to high school in Tehran and Beirut and in that part of the world. Came back to America. I bumped into him in Lake Placid where he was learning to ride a luge sled back in the 80s, actually.
Wait. You bumped into him while he was on a... So you just happened to be walking by and there was something going on?
I was riding luge sleds in the 80s as well.
I'm sorry. He luged.
Long time ago.
How do you get into luge? Like, how does that become something that you look at and say, I'd like to luge? Like,
actually, I'm so old, I watched it in the 1980 Olympics at Lake Placid on TV.
And you just thought, I want to do this?
I said, I want to do this, and went to Lake Placid the next winter,
Where do you go to buy one? You go to Luge or Us and buy, where do you get the equipment and stuff to buy?
Not a lot of equipment around at that time, but this was 1980, December 80 was the first time trying.
All right, I digress. So there you are. You're luging together, you and your luge buddy.
And Scott, and he was doing very well, but he ended up going to Stanford University as an undergrad, and then straight to Stanford Medical School, and then applied for the astronaut program and got selected very competitively, as you can well imagine.
Yeah.
Ended up flying on the space shuttle 5 times.
Wow.
Went on 5 flights, has some records for spacewalks, maybe the most hours. I can't remember, did some very important spacewalks on the ISS, on the space station. Wow. And then his last flight, he went up with Senator John Glenn. And he was his doctor on the flight.
Oh, wow. All right.
So, and he chose to retire after the 5th flight, which is a very amazing career. And I don't know what you were doing when you're probably not that age, but he turned 50. You know what he did at 50 years old?
What?
If you want, I don't want to say you want to feel, but he climbed Mount Everest.
Did he really?
Yes, to the top. He's the only astronaut who's been in space and has summited Everest. And he also goes into volcanoes, into live volcanoes.
Wow.
He's a pilot and just a nice family and just an amazing guy.
But that does speak volumes to what I said yesterday, and what people probably imagine is that you got to have some kind of special mindset to be a guy or gal that wants to get launched into space on what is a not guaranteed trip every single time. You're crossing your fingers pretty much. There was, like yesterday I was talking about, somebody had to be the first even to fly a commercial jetliner, to make sure that engine is going to pick this thing up, and what that was like, and to be the person to do that, and all of these different things that people do, right? That clearly are there's danger, but there's a psyche. There's something about how you have to approach this and look at it. It's a special breed. It's a special kind of person that is, because I wouldn't, you couldn't pay. It doesn't matter what you paid me.
Really?
No way. I will, no. No.
I watched him load the capsule yesterday. Yeah. There were some empty seats in there. We were actually talking about it in the newsroom. And I said, if they offered you right now, would you go jump in that seat?
Nope. No way.
Yep,
no,
I'll go.
Not going to happen.
I'll go.
I'm barely getting on commercial jetliners as it is. Don't even go there when it comes to space. But that was a fun conversation to have.
It was fun. And Jake just put it on your Facebook page, I think.
Oh, great.
Right?
Okay. We appreciate that, Jay.
Story, so if you want to watch it, yeah.
He's busy eating. That's why he has no camera on him right now. He's for some reason, he's been coming to work every day starving. I don't know what they're doing at his house. There's no food over there. They don't feed you.
But again, talking to Scott, and he's very optimistic about the space program. Excited to see it get back in business, and thinks there's just a great future with this commercialization of space. It certainly felt different. I mean, those of us that watched either Space Shuttle or even farther back, Apollo, and was it much more the way they did it? But yesterday, I mean, they came out in these new space suits. They rode in a Tesla out to the
cool
rocket ship.
Just so cool.
Yeah,
I thought it was amazing, and I cannot wait until Saturday. And I was even telling everybody yesterday how my dad worked for Grumman, and he worked on the LEM on Apollo 11, and how that was just an incredible experience. The patch, the Apollo 11 patch. Mm-hmm. My dad has that, and he sent me a picture of it. Last time we had this conversation, he sent me a picture because I was like, "Please, I want to see it." It's so cool, and we used to get all these. From Grumman, I used to get all these patches that he would bring home,
that's great.
The Tomcat, the
out on Long Island.
And, yeah. So I have this kind of attachment to the space program and even jet fighters. Having those with the F-14, right?
Wasn't it the F-14
Tomcats?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
I got to meet Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin in the past, and Michael Collins, the third Apollo 11 astronaut, lives here in Southwest Florida. And been trying to find a way to get a chance to say hello to him. I hope sometime.
All right. So if anybody's listening, if you know him, all right, send your cards and letters, care of the station. Just email me, Drew at 925foxnews.com, and we'll get on that. All right. News of the day. I can't let you go anywhere unless I talk about this topic. Sure. George Floyd, the horrific situation, what happened there in Minneapolis just the other day, where you have 4 officers that. One is even taking care of crowd control. They have him in cuffs. George Floyd, I guess it was a forgery suspect. He was on top of a car. They had some questions. They take him out of the car. You see in some surveillance that I don't know if he was inebriated. Maybe he was. I guess that's something that they're saying. That's a possibility. But still, they had him in cuffs. almost the whole time.
Right.
Get him around to the vehicle. The situation where he was laying on the ground, I don't know how that came to be specifically, but one officer with his knee looked like a blood choke, something to cut off the blood supply, which I can't imagine anybody is anybody still doing anything like that? I mean, is that something that still is acceptable procedure?
The choking him out, I think, has been pretty much eliminated by most law enforcement. But law enforcement is taught and trained to take control of the situation. You got to understand they're walking into and first of all, an unknown.
Yes.
But often more people around than they are.
Yes.
So they have to be assertive. I don't want to use the word aggressive, but take control of the situation. What that officer did was, from the video I've seen, 100% wrong.
Egregious.
Zero.
Terrible.
Zero
Right.
explanation for what he was doing.
Yep.
And the guy was, we say, they had already hooked him. He was handcuffed.
Right.
And in my experience, when you've had people like that and they're still resisting, and you do what you need to do to stop them, they tap out. They say, okay, I'm done. They recognize to the point when they're done, and they usually stick to that, other than the ones that are drugged out. But they stick to having tapped out, and it's time to let him get off him, I guess is the best way to say it.
Yeah.
But once the officer should have recognized that he was actually having trouble breathing, that it had gone on too long. Some of the fellow officers should have said, "Hey, get off this guy," and this should never have happened. That's all. That's the end result.
Right. And ultimately, what we're going to be looking at, and what I said earlier, is that and we'll get to some of all the things that are happening around, and also the president's decision to send the FBI and the DOJ to investigate as well, which is I want to talk to you about. But I want to make sure that the focus becomes this issue, this incident, what happened here, get to the bottom of it, whether or not this is going to be something that will be, I mean, good luck trying to prove that this was an intent to kill, first-degree murder.
No, absolutely not.
But ultimately, what that will be it be second, third degree, depending on the state, manslaughter, how that's going to look? What ultimately there will be justice. Hopefully, will be served here. We will go through the process. This is what's supposed to happen. And focusing on this and not trying to point out other situations that have happened in the past, or your frustration with something that you feel as part of a Twitter mob or anybody else that seems to be doing things right now that should not be happening. You should not be seeing looting. You should not be seeing police vehicles in Los Angeles on the interstate. I don't know if it was what was it? 10.
Yeah.
Where they're destroying vehicles in the middle of the street and people running out onto the roadway, clearly unnecessary. The looting unnecessary. The fires unnecessary.
I think how nervous those troopers have to be, the state police. I mean, they're surrounded by 30, 40, 50, 100 people.
Yeah.
Nothing can go well there. I watched it. The best they could do is get out of there, and that's exactly what they did.
And others who now, if you look on the Twitterverse, like I said, the Twitter mobs, and I say that for a reason, because in a lot of cases you have people that are not satisfied with or so upset that they'll take a leap. Especially you start to see this now on Twitter, where they're taking the officer's photo, and there's a photo out right now that Twitter actually had to put up a disclaimer about this photo, which they know is not true. It's not a photo. It was like he was wearing a red, like, make white America great again or something like that.
Oh,
it was
made up photo?
Yeah, and so it was a photo that wasn't him, and attaching it to the officer. A photo that they're saying that the officer was attending a Trump event in Minneapolis,
no
which is
rules
not
anymore.
true.
There's
But
no rules, yeah.
But there needs to be. I mean, in situations like that, if we're going to talk about fake news, or we're going to talk about perpetuating hatred and violence, all that's doing is perpetuating this when it's not necessary. The evidence and what we see on the ground itself should be enough to understand that something was committed here that was horrible, that was horrific, it was egregious, and that we'll get to the bottom of it and justice will be served. Now, having said that, the president said that the FBI and the DOJ now will investigate. What does that look like? You've been on the other side of some recent...
I was in St. Louis for a Michael Brown case. I got sent out there.
Now, for those who don't remember the Mike Brown case, that was the one where
that kind of started this whole thing.
That was hands up, don't shoot.
Hands up, don't shoot. Yeah.
So what does that look like? FBI, DOJ investigates.
Well, believe it or not, murder is not a federal crime. It's a state crime.
Okay.
So that the death investigation will be handled by the state of Minnesota, whether it's a county, city, or state. They'll decide which investigative entity will handle that portion of it. They'll probably also do an investigation against the police actions, but the FBI will come in and do a civil rights investigation, and that's bread and butter for the FBI. That's stuff that they do all the time.
So what is that? So describe, what does that look like?
They're going to come in and first try to get all the evidence that they can. They're going to talk to the police. They'll share some of the evidence. The FBI will come up with additional pieces of evidence, provide that to the law enforcement. Law enforcement will that they come up with will provide it to the FBI, and they'll simply start with the interviews. They'll go into the background. They'll look into the training records of these police. They'll look into any previous complaints against these officers. They'll talk to their supervisors. They'll talk to family members, neighbors, any associates with them to see if there is anything in their background that would have led these men to want to have acted in the way they did. And the chances are they're going to find out something like that didn't happen. That doesn't mean they didn't egregiously affect his civil rights the day that he died. Absolutely, they did. But the chances of finding those things in their background, we'll have to see what happens in the investigation down the road. But this is a clear-cut, easy one. Not easy. It'll be complicated. It's always complicated interviewing law enforcement. There's the interaction there, but the FBI will handle it, I'm sure, very professionally. We'll do exactly what they need to do, same as they did with the Michael Brown, and you found out at the end of the day there that that officer was not charged in St. Louis. So there's no saying how this will turn out. So people can't. There's two separate things going on here, and people have to wait for both of them to play out. And as is typical with the federal side of it, it's going to take a while. There may be some charges fairly quickly from the state side. Right. Against these officers if the district attorney decides to pursue it or just go to a grand jury very quickly. But the feds could certainly take a good deal longer.
The Mike Brown case, and when you were there, at what point in the investigation were you there? How far, not in the investigation, but how far into the incident were you? Was it weeks afterwards? Was it days afterwards? Do you remember?
It was fairly soon after. I was there in response to the riots.
Okay.
I was there as part of the response. I was a crisis manager was my role at the time, and so we had set up a command post and that's a whole other discussion we can have anytime you want on what you do as a crisis manager, and that's assets, resources, intelligence, leads, because those riots were going on, in that suburb of St. Louis, and it was important. They didn't want them to spread. They didn't want them to happen at all. But there was some danger to the rioters and to law enforcement internally from weapons that were there, from people that were there. There were instigators that came from other parts of the country to cause additional trouble. Yeah. And that all needed to be resolved, and we were working on all of that.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on this case, and maybe we'll just we'll have you back, and
anytime
we'll follow up on this and keep an eye on what's going on. Rich Kolko, Safety and Security Specialist, Wink News, joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. Let's find out what's happening with traffic right now. To the minute. Here's Sabrina Katz.
A crash reported at Hancock Bridge Parkway and Orange Grove Boulevard with injury as well as roadblock, guys. So watch that speed as you're passing through the intersection. No major backups for right now. We are bumper to bumper on Pondella eastbound, heading between US 41 towards Business 41, but Pine Island still up to speed. And there's a crash at Daniels and Goldenwood Drive. This is in front of the racetrack just near I-75 with westbound slowdown starting from around Tree Line. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, 92 degrees, hot and humid with our heat index between 100 to 105. Eventually, by the afternoon and evening, we have the possibility for scattered rain and storms. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
The corona crisis.
The healthcare crisis from moment one.
The latest numbers from the front line.
At the top and 30 minutes past.
On 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, y'all. It's Billy Bob, Bubba's brother. And he got that super-duper job at that super-duper company, and now I can, too. Last week, I was a dishwasher, but now I is a super-duper plumber. I mean, electrician. No, not that. I think I'm an AC man. Yeah, that's it. I can fix them cooler units. And you can call me, and it only costs $20. Folks, it's Fred Kobe of Kobe Cooling. And if you want Billy Bob or his brother Bubba to fix your air conditioner or plumbing and electric, they're out there. I've seen these multi-trade morons cause incredible damage, and they're really just out to sell, sell, sell. They make huge commissions and they really have no clue as to what they're doing. If you want your pool guy doing your dentistry work, you should pay him $20 too. My advice would be hire an expert for what you need. Air conditioners deserve a NATE certified air conditioning mechanic and not Billy Bob the dishwasher. Call Kobe Cooling, license CACO 57313.
When you think RV, think La Mesa RV. Everyday low prices on every RV. Top brands like Winnebago, Fleetwood, and Integra. Huge selection, over 2,000 new and used RVs in stock nationwide. A new Thor Sequence motorhome, number 101914, is discounted over $11,000. When you think RV, think La Mesa RV. I-75 at Luckett Road in Fort Myers or LaMesaRV.com. All advertised prices plus tax title and $9.95 dealer fee. Offer expires day of ad.
Things are heating up in Southwest Florida and summer is right around the corner. Cool off with the one and only Big Ken's Key Lime Pie served only at Spanky's. To everyone else, he's Big Ken, but to me, he's Dad. Hi, this is Emily Monty, owner of Spanky's, here with Big Ken to tell you why you need to visit Spanky's.
That's right, hon. Some of my favorite things at Spanky's are the prime rib, baby back ribs, and the fresh seafood. And the atmosphere of being among vintage memorabilia, gas pumps, and antiques takes me back to a much simpler time.
Thanks, Dad. My husband Ted and I take great pride in the quality, variety, and value our customers have come to expect. Everyone enjoys Spanky's Speakeasy Lounge or outdoor waterfront patio dining. Spanky's is a true family restaurant, serving lunch and dinner daily, but closed Sundays for worship and rest. After 6 weeks of being closed, we've reopened our dining room and outdoor waterfront patio, of course with social distancing in mind. Come visit the Spanky's that you know and love today.
You know Tri-Town Construction as your one-stop shop for all your construction and repair needs, including roofing and remodeling to new custom home construction. Tri-Town Construction wants you to know that they're available to serve your needs during this time of staying at home. As a locally owned and operated business, Tri-Town Construction has always maintained a policy of giving back. Well, they have stepped that up even more. As we all endure this pandemic, Tri-Town Construction is partnered with Seaside Bar and Grill in Bonita Springs and will donate meals from the proceeds of every job they do during this time to those frontline responders helping to keep us safe and healthy. Online at tri-townconstruction.com. Again, tri-townconstruction.com. Tri-Town Construction is ready when you are. Homegrown and here to stay. Safety first, Southwest Florida.
Slider man, we make your patio door slide like new, slide like new. Slider man, this is our mission, to put your sliding glass door back in the top condition. Slider man, we make your patio door slide like new, slide like new. Slider man.
Call Sliderman toll-free, 866-594-1969.
When you're injured, the insurance company often tries to pay you less than you deserve. They call it business. We call it bullying. I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every day, we get our clients more than what the insurance companies initially offered and more than they were hoping to pay. Sometimes even 100 times more. How do we do it? It's simple. It starts with believing and it ends with betting. Believing in you and betting on ourselves. We use our size, our financial resources, and our reputation to take on the biggest bullies and get you the biggest results. We have recovered billions of dollars for our clients. You know what the insurance companies are hoping for? That you hire the wrong law firm that won't make those bets. That's why when you need a lawyer, the choice you make makes all the difference. Results matter, reputation matters, choices matter. So after an injury, who will you choose? There's only one Morgan & Morgan. For the people.
Dial Pound Law on your cell. Pound Law, that's all.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
I'm Lois Tomey from Wink News. They have been there from the beginning.
We're going to be here as long as we need to be here.
And they haven't backed down yet. With smiles behind their masks and passion in their eyes, they are our first line of defense so that we can live our best normal.
Reporting live for Wink News.
Wink News will stay out front to say thank you to our frontline champions. You are what makes us Gulf Shore strong.
Tyler McDaniel here, and Brad McDaniel. We're the second generation of Kenmar Care. For our whole lives, our father Ken McDaniel raised us and instilled in us the work ethic and morals which we operate under and live by today. Kenmar Care has teamed up with Maytag to bring high-quality products to you covered by Maytag's exclusive 12-year parts and 12-year dependability promise on select purchases. Be treated like family. Call Kenmar Care. 239-437-7040. That's 437-7040. And online at kenmarcare.com. License number CAC 057163.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. Chaos during a second night of demonstrations in Minneapolis over the death of George Floyd, the unarmed black man who died in police custody. One man shot to death in the rioting last night.
Crowds burning the flag, throwing rocks and bottles at police, who responded with tear gas, flash grenades, and rubber bullets fired from a rooftop to keep the crowd from overtaking a police station. Protesters also looted a Target store and Foot Locker of TVs, clothing, and groceries.
Fox's William Lajeunesse. The 4 officers involved have been fired, and the manhunt ends for the college student wanted for killing 2 people in Connecticut. Peter Manfredonia, captured last night in Maryland.
We know that he will later this afternoon have a bond hearing via video link, at which time he'll receive his extradition orders back to Connecticut.
Fox's Kurt Jenkins. America's listening to Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by Stadium Dry Cleaners. Online at stadiumdrycleaners.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
This is Corey Lazar with Wink News. Right now, 2 people linked to the death of a Cape Coral woman are still on the loose. Last month, Kaylee Mousseau died from an overdose. Police have arrested 3 people for mishandling her remains. An arrest report show Mousseau did drugs in the suspect's home. When she overdosed, they dumped her body along Gator Circle. The coronavirus has forced 24 residents of an East Naples nursing and rehabilitation center to move to a new facility. The residents leaving have tested negative for the virus, but more patients could be moved depending on test results. The facility released a statement saying they have informed families about the move and are following their emergency evacuation plans and isolation precautions. More people are testing positive for COVID-19 in Hendry County. The Department of Health in Hendry announced they found a recent increase in people testing positive, and they've come mostly from one cluster. Today is the last day of school for Charlotte, DeSoto, Hendry, and Glades counties. Lee and Collier County schools end for the summer next Wednesday. There is summer food assistance for students in all counties. Details with where you can get food help is on the Wink News app. Some businesses in Cape Coral could soon get more financial help. The Community Redevelopment Agency says it's sending out letters next week informing businesses within the CRA district that may be eligible for assistance with their rent or mortgage. The historic launch of the first private crewed rocket is now targeted for Saturday. Bad weather forced yesterday's launch to be scrubbed. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
A crash reported at Hancock Bridge Parkway and Orange Grove Boulevard with injury as well as roadblock, guys. So watch that speed as you're passing through the intersection. No major backups for right now. We are bumper to bumper on Pondella eastbound, heading between US 41 towards Business 41, but Pine Island still up to speed. And there's a crash at Daniels and Goldenwood Drive. This is in front of the racetrack just near I-75 with westbound slowdown starting from around Treeline. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Get ready for a hot and humid day of weather before some rain starts to cool you down. First up, high temperatures in the 90s, heat index between 100 to 105, and that will help to fuel a round of afternoon and evening scattered rain and storms, capable of heavy rain and lightning for some. As we look ahead to the next several days, rinse, repeat, more rounds of scattered storms, including a Friday all the way towards Saturday. Spotty rain chances on Sunday with some more pop-up rain and temps in the 90s for next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Hi, this is Gary from Fort Myers, and I listen to Drew Steele on my way to work in the morning. And I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Want to talk about Stadium Dry Cleaners. My good friends, they are great people there. I've been going to Stadium Dry Cleaners, I'm telling you, for as long as I can remember. And you may know Larry Rose. Now, Larry is an experienced SEC and NFL referee. Well, I know Larry has a fantastic dry cleaner and a great businessman. Look, you're going to love Stadium Dry Cleaners. They have discounts for our first responders and seniors. They have multiple locations near Publix at Daniels Crossing in Fort Myers, the Gateway Trade Center in Fort Myers, and the Elegant Image Dry Cleaners next to Walgreens on Del Prado in Cape Coral. They are Lee County's leading dry cleaner since 1988. With 30 years of experience in Lee County, I'm telling you, I trust my family's dry cleaning to Larry and the team at Stadium Dry Cleaners. So will you visit them? Visit stadiumdrycleaners.com and look for their monthly specials for great savings.
1 hour air conditioning and heating, always on time, or you don't pay a dime. Please visit us at www.onehourairnaples.com or call 844-1HOUR.
Looking to kill weeds without using dangerous chemicals like glyphosate? An all-natural weed killer may be just what you're looking for. Green Gobbler's Vinegar Weed Killer is a concentrated herbicide derived naturally from corn. It's 4 times stronger than regular table vinegar, so it packs a punch against all kinds of pesky weeds. Use Green Gobbler's Vinegar Weed Killer to safely kill dandelions, crabgrass, clover, ivy, and more. It's perfect for driveways, pavers, fence lines, and other outdoor surfaces. Green Gobbler Vinegar Weed Killer is an effective and powerful herbicide, but it doesn't stop there. It's also certified for organic use, so when used properly, it won't negatively affect soil or wildlife. Since Green Gobbler's Vinegar Weed Killer is pure vinegar with no other additives, pet owners can let their pets out to play right after application. Search for Green Gobbler Vinegar Weed Killer on Amazon.com today. We offer a hassle-free money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
In the last couple months, we have all been forced to navigate uncharted waters. Now it's time to join together as we discover the incredible opportunities that lie ahead of us.
Todd and I know for certain some things have not changed. Our love stories, relationships, and communities have grown stronger and become more important than ever. Love deserves to be celebrated, and we cannot wait to see your smile and play a small part in your celebration again. With that said, we could not be more excited to announce that the Diamond District is now open for your business.
Because we were required to close our business, we have a much larger inventory than expected, and the Diamond District must liquidate. This liquidation sale includes an incredible selection of GIA and Forevermark loose certified diamonds, engagement rings, and all diamond fashion jewelry.
Rest assured, your health and safety are our top priority. You'll notice a few changes when you arrive.
Visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District.
92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. The reminder, the phone number, 239-479-5592. The phone number in the text line, the Tri-Town Construction Talk and Text line. You'll be able to use it for Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. That coming up at about 10 more minutes, about 7:50. So that's on the way. And also, anytime you want to watch streaming live on YouTube, you can go to YouTube. Just go to Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. And please subscribe to the channel. This way you'll know when we're live and you can watch. You can put it on your big screen TV and see this mug. Or Jake, but the camera's not facing you, so I can't even show everybody your mug, which we're trying to quaff his mug. We're still working on getting him this custom mullet. So we're in the process of working on that. We brought it up last week. You wanted a mullet. We thought we would help you out and get you one. And so far, nobody really has stepped up to the plate as a salon, a barber, owner, operator, and said, I'll do it. He'll pay you. It's not like we want it for free. It's just, we just need somebody to perform a mullet.
It's very specific, guys.
It is specific. I don't know how you do that. But I wonder if is a mullet something that keeps you cool during the summer? Because the sides are...
It keeps cool.
No, I don't mean that kind of cool. I know you think it's cool. I mean, certain hairstyles that you wear during the summer, you know, you got kids, sometimes during the summer you just shave their head nice and tight because it's cooler when they're outside and playing and swimming in the pool and stuff like that. What does a mullet do?
It's more aerodynamic. Makes you go faster.
Maybe it's aerodynamic. Maybe it's something you would need at the theme parks, which I guess have a plan. Theme parks reopening here in the state of Florida, right? They've got plans, and soon, Universal's already they've got a reopening plan. I think they were talking about June 5th, something like that. And they also have, I guess they have like City Walk that's been open for a couple of weeks. I would like to see how how that's going to work out. I am so curious when places like Universal Studios and Disney, I guess we're waiting until July 15th before Disney opens. That's the plan. And going in and wearing, the employees have to wear masks, temperature checks, making sure everybody's social distanced, cleaning all of the rides and separation of the. I can't wait to see how that's all going to work out. I'm just putting it all together in my mind. Summertime, super hot, theme park, with family, social distancing. Everybody above the age of 3 has to wear a mask. No, I'm not kidding. Isn't that right? At some of the parks, the guests have to wear a mask, or is it required? I saw that. There was one of the parks or someplace, I don't know which one it is, but I thought it was one of the theme parks. I'm kind of glancing over the stories that said that guests above the age of 3 have to wear a mask. Can you imagine having a 3-year-old and putting a mask on him? How long is it going to last on somebody's face? You want to guess? So might be a little bit of an issue.
I have an idea.
Do you want to make this announcement public, or do I need to talk to you after the show about this?
No, I'll keep it to myself.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right. So, but listen, it's good news. It's good. All of this is good. The reopening of this country is good. These are good news stories. We should embrace these stories. We should be happy about these stories. We should be glad to know that we are looking at reopening, getting back to normal and better. The fact that we brought up the story the other day about Democrats being panicked about the economy slingshotting back and getting back to not only the economy, jobs, paychecks back in people's hands, that happening quickly drives them crazy, and they're actually worried about the fact that the economy might bounce back, which tells you a lot about the party and where their priorities lie. That's happening. But also, this story that I read in the American Thinker about masks in general, in the end, is the face mask. It's the face mask that's the clearest symbol of America's divide. I was just looking at a story. Where was that story? Was it on Twitter? Where there's a restaurant that will, and it's a restaurant in Texas, Jake, you'll like this. There's a restaurant in Texas that will not allow you to go into the restaurant wearing a mask. Like, you must not wear a mask in their restaurant. They've made that choice. As opposed to you have to wear a mask in our restaurant. I know there are people like, you can't do that. There have been several great columns on the debate over mask wearing in public. American Spectator had one explaining why masks are useless. Are they useless? We find out that Dr. Fauci now is claiming, well, look, he wears it. I want to protect myself and protect others, and also because I want to make it to be a symbol for people to see that that's the kind of thing you should be doing. He said yesterday on Jim Sciutto's show, Newsroom. He believes that while wearing a mask is not 100% effective, it's a valuable safeguard and shows respect for another person. So Dr. Fauci says wearing a mask is symbolic. Basically, it's about showing respect. And he also said there may be no second wave of COVID. You tell us now. The mask is not adequate defense against the COVID-19 virus. The virus checks in at somewhere between 0.06 and 0.14 microns, meaning it's too small for any commercially available mask to effectively filter it out. The pores on an N95 mask, which are the best masks you're reasonably going to find, and the vast majority of you are going to have not going to have N95s, but rather cloth masks, which perform far less well, or 0.3 microns. That's a story that's out there if you want to read that story. Wearing face masks have become a cultural divide on the left. Mask wearing has become a basic marker of good citizenship, no matter how silly it may be. Of course, David Marcus and the Federalist had that story about how masks have become the political symbol of 2020. Remember, we played that audio of that mob that kicked out that one person out of the grocery store for not wearing a mask, and they were mean. So have doctors Fauci and Birx been wrong about wearing masks and what we should have done and with the economy in the 15 and 30s to mitigate, to flatten the curve, which we've done, and then now we just continue to move the goalposts all over the place. Just pick a place and we'll plant it in the ground. This story long ago, the great Thomas Sowell wrote that it's hard to imagine a more stupid and more dangerous way of making decisions than by putting those decisions in the hands of people who pay no price for being wrong. The lockdown was never needed. The hospitals were never overrun. The mortality rate has been a fraction of what the scientists predicted. The data have all been corrupted. Thousands of those who have died these past few months died of other illnesses, drug overdoses, even homicides, but were counted as having died of COVID-19. Is that true? I mean, these stories come out and people have opinions, and if you want to call, 239-479-5592. But it's really about having the knowledge now. It's really understanding where we are now, understanding what the position is and what we can do now. And whether or not when places like Universal, Disney, they all open up, the questions as to why as late as they did close there, I guess in the middle of March, when the theme parks decided to close down, why there was not this unbelievable amount of COVID-19 cases in Central Florida. Why wasn't there? Why was not a hot spot, a breeding ground, if you will, for this virus? It wasn't. How is that possible? People coming from all over the globe to visit Central Florida. Why wasn't that affected as much as other areas of the country? How is that even possible? Those questions still have yet to be answered. But we can get to your thoughts. Oh, Mike in Cape Coral said, if you're on a ride, go ahead, Mike. Mike's saying, what do we do on rides? What?
It's just common logic, but in my dumb mind, if I go on a ride, I'm over 3 years old, I have to wear a mask. Well, if I go on that ride and it doesn't blow my mask off, I'm thinking I got ripped off.
Yeah, and I don't know how that works. I'm assuming that if you're on the ride, you have to continue to wear the mask. I don't think it's something you're going to take off. And I'm also thinking about it gets a little warm in the summer there in Central Florida, does it not? And wearing a mask all day. And thanks for the call, Mike. I appreciate it. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to do. Let's see. John's in Fort Myers. Hey, John.
Hey, a little bit of an observation. We're faking COVID numbers. We're adding to it. We're making it seem like more than there is. Doesn't this make us China's evil opposite? I mean, China underplayed the COVID virus. We're overplaying it. I kind of feel like that makes us, in a strange way, just as evil.
Well, okay. First of all, for those that don't know what John's talking about, he's talking about the fact that there are hospitals they're saying that the mortality rate in hospitals due to COVID are a fraction of what we are led to believe because of the fact that because of money, that if somebody dies from is classified as dying from the coronavirus, that the money, the trillions of dollars that we did, the stimulus there for hospitals and the economy, that money, a portion of that money was going to go towards hospitals to take care of the fact that they had these COVID patients. And so we don't know necessarily whether or not the person died of COVID, whether the person died of a heart attack that had nothing to do with COVID. If they had the virus, that automatically it was classified as a death because of it, even though we don't know unless there was an autopsy done, I guess is the way you would find out. That's what you're suggesting, John. Okay, right. So having said that and know that is not a good thing. But you can't be making the suggestion we're as bad as China, the place where it originated, the place where it was that we were not even still to this day, not told the actual numbers, not told ahead of time when we could have saved lives, that it was out, not getting information because of an oppressive communist Chinese government that
how
can
is
only
that-
survive if they appear as if they're in control, and they were not in control, and you're not comparing the two.
Yeah, I actually am.
That's not. You can't do that, John. You're not going to do that.
Why can't I? Our government isn't oppressive by keeping places closed, like making small small businesses go out of business.
Now
We're
you
not
can
just as oppressive.
Now you can say, John, hold on a second, John. Slow down. And I appreciate your passion, and I understand. Now you see the comparison that I'm making and the difference between what China did and what they did not tell us, and how the virus originated from there, and what they. I can't do it. I can't. Has the government overstepped now when it comes to these shutdowns and what has happened, and slowly how some have decided to open and some have decided not to? Yeah, it's awful what some governors in certain states have done. But you don't have a president who thinks we need to be locked down. You don't have many in one party, unfortunately, politically, that believe that we need to continue to be shut down. It's not an all-oppressive government. It's not an all-oppressive across the board. You can't make the comparison, John. Am I missing something? 239-479-5592. All right. We just got off to a strange place. All right. Let's do this right now. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And let's take caller number 5. Caller number 5, if you'd like to play Drew's College, 239-479-5592. Fifth caller right now will play Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic, here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic slowing in Lehigh Acres, south on Bell heading towards 82, and very congested on Gunnery Road, a place to avoid south of 23rd. Go ahead and stick to Ray Avenue if you're heading to 82, or Lee Boulevard, also a great option. The crash at Daniels and Goldenwood still slowing traffic as well. This is heading west on Daniels, just near I-75. That trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, 92 degrees, hot and humid with our heat index between 100 to 105. Eventually, by the afternoon and evening, we have the possibility for scattered rain and storms. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Stay healthy.
I did buy some more hand sanitizer and wash my hands a little bit more.
Stay informed.
I want every American to know that we're doing everything we can.
Stay with 92.5 Fox News.
Eating dinner in your underwear?
Honey, put some clothes on.
Taking cold showers every hour? Or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home.
And due to these difficult times, we have extended our no diagnostic fees, no trip charges, no strings. Visit FloridaCoolToday.com to schedule. Carrier, turn to the experts.
One thing I've realized from being cooped up in my house the way we have all been is that I need window treatments really bad. That's why I go to my friends at Your Style Window Treatments and Decor. Their phone number is 239-471-5006. Now, why? Well, they're a veteran family-owned and operated business with multiple brands of blinds, shades, and shutters, and they have numerous fabric brands right there that you can see. And Your Style, of course, is you. They can take measurements and get you products for your home that fit your style. Installing products with an in-house team that is second to none, certified training. They are there from beginning to completion and providing work at any scale. From Marco Island, Sarasota, and LaBelle. Listen, you want a design product? They can do that as well. Your Style Window Treatments and Decor. Give them a call today and find out more at 239-471-5006 or go to their website, yourstylewindowtreatments.com.
Hello, this is Dr. D'Amico, and I want to thank you for allowing us to take care of your emergency dental needs over the past few months. As you know, D'Amico Dental was one of the few offices that were allowed to continue to see patients because we perform a full range of dental services. As we all look forward to resuming our normal habits and routines, I'd like to announce that our office is now open for all your dental care. Has it been a while since you've seen a dentist? Are you overdue for your cleaning? Do you need extractions and a denture? Are you thinking about implants and don't know where to go? I'm Dr. D'Amico, and I can help. I invite you to call us and ask about our radio specials, 234-5284. That's 234-5284. We're following all the rules and regulations of the Florida Board of Health so you can feel comfortable in knowing that your safety and the safety of our staff is our top priority. There's no reason to put off your necessary dental work any longer. Call me, Dr. D'Amico, 234-5284. That's 234-5284. License number DN15639.
Hey, I love it here in Southwest Florida. This is my second home, and I know why you live here. You've been able to accumulate enough wealth to retire here, but you know what? Many retirement portfolios are exposed to way too much risk. Alfie Townsend and Advantage Retirement Group can help. So give your portfolio the second set of eyes that it needs. Call Alfie at 561-1155, and don't forget, listen for his program, Saving the Investor, at Saturday mornings at 9 right here on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Dan. Dan's in Cape Coral. Hello there, Dan.
Hey, good morning, or good gravy, Drew.
Good gravy. I like that. Thank you for remembering that, Dan. Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, and your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. Hey, Dan, who was the president of the United States in 2003? Do you remember who that was?
2003 would have been Bill Clinton, I think.
And that was actually George Bush, George W. Bush, okay. 2003. So if I said 1993, you would say?
1993.
Yeah, like president in 1993. Do you remember who was president in 1993?
Okay, that was
it. Yeah, that was. Okay. That was just,
yeah.
All right. Is that part of the? Do we make that a question? No, make it a question.
No.
Go ahead. Okay, we could do. Yeah, give him an associates for that one. Okay. All right. Let's see if you get a. I don't know. Let's see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Do you know who the United States was fighting in World War II? 3 different countries. Who were those 3 countries that we were fighting in World War II?
World War II would have been Germany, Italy, and Russia.
No, it was actually Germany, Italy, and Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, Japan. Germany, Italy, and Japan.
They started it, yeah.
They did start it. Hey, they did. All right. So you got a bachelor's degree. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. Do you know who let's see. How about the Chief Justice of the United States, Supreme Court? Chief Justice John... Chief Justice of the Supreme Court is John...
I don't know.
Okay. I appreciate your honesty. John Roberts. John Roberts is the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Do you know who the Speaker of the House is?
Pelosi.
All right. I don't even know what we have here today. It feels like a Friday. It's almost like a Jake day. I'll give you a master's degree today. How's that? Master's degree there. Sign him up. Dan in Cape Coral gets a master's degree today on Drew's College. We even threw in some extra questions, so extra credit. And you've got the diploma, and you get to talk to Jake now about prizes in this world of Rona. How do you get them? Well, we'll talk to Jake. So stand by, okay, Dan?
All right. Thank you, Drew.
All right. I appreciate you. All right. When we come back, Twitter, Facebook. Hey, Mark Zuckerberg responds to the president saying that, hey, listen, maybe you're not a platform anymore. Maybe you're a publisher from now on because you're making editorial decisions, and that will take away some protections. What Mark Zuckerberg has to say.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
These are challenging times we're all living through. It's reasonable to expect stock market swings will remain higher than normal while we wait for global health to improve and businesses to get back in full swing. This will pass, but in the meantime, the purpose of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company and its division, the Naples Trust Company, become ever clearer. We are here to serve as a partner in the strength of your wealth management, apply our expertise on your behalf, provide focused, thoughtful advice, and demonstrate a steadfast investment discipline to see you through the years, no matter what comes our way. Our investment team plans ahead for uncomfortable times, so your wealth management strategy stays intact. If you are not already a member of the Trust Company family, we invite you to discover the difference. Contact us at sandcaptrustco.com. SANCAPTrustCO.com.
Not FDIC insured. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and we've got my friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples, on the phone. And Dave, I got to tell you, the selection of floor coverings of Floor Meisters, unbelievable, fantastic. I've seen it myself, and the choices are there. But what we really want to talk about today is this Dreamweaver line of carpets. Talk about it.
I'll tell you what, Drew, this is the hottest thing since 5-buckle overshoes. We're just selling the heck out of it. Comes in 9 different patterns, 12 colors to a pattern. It has 8 warranties, and it even includes steps. The stain warranty will take care of wine, mud, and even pet accidents. So this is perfect for Jake.
Yeah, perfect for Jake, and perfect for me, and perfect for you, too. If you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, really owe it to yourself to visit their store, see their selection of Dreamweaver carpets. It's there at 6281 Naples Boulevard, next to Costco. Now, whether it's carpet, tile, laminate, or hardwood flooring, they have it all. So give them a call today at 239-596-4964 or on the web at floormeisters.com.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
This is Corey Lazar with Wink News. Right now, 2 people linked to the death of a Cape Coral woman are still on the loose. Last month, Kaylee Mousseau died from an overdose. Police have arrested 3 people for mishandling her remains. An arrest report show Mousseau did drugs in the suspect's home. When she overdosed, they dumped her body along Gator Circle. The coronavirus has forced 24 residents of an East Naples nursing and rehabilitation center to move to a new facility. The residents leaving have tested negative for the virus, but more patients could be moved depending on test results. The facility released a statement saying they have informed families about the move and are following their emergency evacuation plans and isolation precautions. More people are testing positive for COVID-19 in Hendry County. The Department of Health in Hendry announced they found a recent increase in people testing positive, and they've come mostly from one cluster. Today is the last day of school for Charlotte, DeSoto, Hendry, and Glades counties. Lee and Collier County schools end for the summer next Wednesday. There is summer food assistance for students in all counties. Details with where you can get food help is on the Wink News app. Some businesses in Cape Coral could soon get more financial help. The Community Redevelopment Agency says it's sending out letters next week informing businesses within the CRA district that may be eligible for assistance with their rent or mortgage. The historic launch of the first private crewed rocket is now targeted for Saturday. Bad weather forced yesterday's launch to be scrubbed. I'm Corey Lazar, Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic slowing in Lehigh Acres, south on Bell heading towards 82, and very congested on Gunnery Road, a place to avoid south of 23rd. Go ahead and stick to Ray Avenue if you're heading to 82 or Lee Boulevard, also a great option. The crash at Daniels and Goldenwood still slowing traffic as well. This is heading west on Daniels, just near I-75. That trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Get ready for a hot and humid day of weather before some rain starts to cool you down. First up, high temperatures in the 90s, heat index between 100 to 105, and that will help to fuel a round of afternoon and evening scattered rain and storms, capable of heavy rain and lightning for some. As we look ahead to the next several days, rinse, repeat, more rounds of scattered storms, including your Friday all the way towards Saturday. Spotty rain chances on Sunday with some more pop-up rain and temps in the 90s for next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This is Randy from Fort Myers. I listen to Drew Steele every morning on my drive to work on 92.5 Fox News, and I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
We're here at the Trane Heating and Air Conditioning Testing Facility to see how unstoppable their products really are.
All right, well, I don't like this one at all. Okay, inside this climate chamber, it's raining incredibly hard on this Trane AC unit. It's 5 to 6 inches of water an hour, actually. Apparently this room also does icy rain, but I'm definitely not sticking around for that. I'm completely soaked, but this machine doesn't seem to be slowing down at all. Clearly, it's hard to stop a train.
Trane, the most reliable heating and cooling brand.
Thorough service is what sets Island Air apart. Hi, I'm Justin with Island Air. Customers are shocked when I show them what the inside of their systems look like when they have been paying other companies to maintain it.
IslandAirFL.com. That's IslandAirefL.com. IslandAirefL.com or call 239-645-4668. That's 239-645-4668. License number CAC 057544.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
Galliana Kia in Fort Myers is open and we're here to help. Over 400 vehicles in stock. New 2020 Kia Forte LXS lease. 0 down. $149 per month. That's right. A new Kia for $149 per month with 0 down. Plus at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers, you can drive payment-free for 4 months, interest-free for up to 75 months, and worry-free for 100,000 miles. Plus prepaid gas for up to a year. Our parts service and body shop are open to serve you. New Kias. 0 down. $149 per month at Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
36-month lease, 10,000 miles per year, 0 due at signing, plus tax, tag, title, doc, and dealer fee. 0 security deposit, $13.33 per month per thousand, borrowed for 75 months at 0 APR with 0 down.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and I want to talk to you about my good friends at AMCO of Bonita Springs. You know, they're open. They are ready to handle any repairs or maintenance that you have for your car or truck, especially during these times. And look, they're taking precautions that they have to take to stay open at this point and to continue to earn a living for all of the team who depend on their paychecks for their families. They've adjusted their hours Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and they're encouraging you to drop off your vehicle. They know you've been through a lot together. At AMCO of Bonita Springs, I want you to remember, they opened the shop in 2008. That was during the recession then, and now 12 years later, dealing with this again and these struggles brought on by the virus. So if you're in need of auto or truck repair, then you know where to go. It's AMCO of Bonita Springs. Kevin and his brother Todd have been side by side at AMCO of Bonita Springs since 2008 together. We're all going to get through these difficult times. So give them a call. They're located on Burnwood Drive in Bonita, 992-2626. That's 992-2626. Will you give them a call today? AMCO of Bonita Springs.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare contracts, and in the process started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. I guarantee if we can't cancel your timeshare contract, you'll pay nothing.
Were you lied to when buying a timeshare and want out? Get the facts about timeshare cancellation. Call Wesley now for your free information kit. 800-858-1199. 800-858-1199. 800-858-1199.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. So glad you're here. Glad you're commenting on the text line or calling in 239-479-5592 on the Tri-Town Construction Talk and text line. We are so happy you are watching us right now on YouTube. Watching on our channel, just go to Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's, and please subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it, where you can watch each and every day, get an alert so you know when we're on. You can watch wherever you're at, big screen, small screen, and listen on no screen. And we forgot to turn the camera around, Jake, so that everybody can see your smiling face. We're getting this close, everybody. My fingers are thinly spread apart to getting Jake the mullet he so desperately wants and deserves. So, from what I understand, right? Or are we close? We're close to a mullet for you, sir? Haircut?
We're just about there.
All right. So that will be something that we might see after the weekend, and maybe on Monday you can watch on YouTube and enjoy. Unless you get it done tomorrow or today. What do you think?
I think we make the appointment soon, and then we go from there.
Yeah, you're starting to get scared. What are you worried about? You're the one that wanted it. I didn't even want to bring this up. You're the one that brought it up.
The only thing I'm worried about is it not being the best mullet of all time.
It doesn't have to be the best mullet. It just needs to be one. That's all. All right, a lot to get to. So many stories. Where do we start? All right, just quickly, I think this morning to probably start off with, and everybody loves when we have some of it, so let's do it right now. How about a morning cup of Joe? What do you say?
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke.
Delaware used to be part of Pennsylvania.
That's right, but we declared our independence on December the 7th, by the way, And it's not just D-Day. Anyway.
There's Joe Biden, who was, I guess, being interviewed. Was it the governor of Maryland? Is that what it was? It was, I guess it was the Governor Tom Wolf, and he was doing an interview there, and he was talking about the independent, how Pennsylvania had a little part there in Delaware. Did you hear that audio? Here, listen to the audio again.
Delaware used to be part of Pennsylvania.
That's right, but we declared our independence on December the 7th, by the way. And it's not just D-Day.
Yeah,
anyway.
And not just D-Day. The problem is Delaware declared its independence from Pennsylvania there. It was June 15th, not December 7th. And D-Day was June 6th, not December 7th. Pearl Harbor. A day that will live in infamy. Except in Joe Biden's head. Okay, anyway, there's some more, too. Don't we have some more? What else do we have here? Hold on a second. We've got some more Joe Biden. Do you want another cup of Joe? Would you like another cup of Joe right now? Here we go. How about a twofer? It's a two for Thursday. Here you go. All right.
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke.
Oh, why did we cut it?
What worries me is, all this stuff about Biden's hiding. Well, the fact of the matter is, it's working pretty well so far doing the rules. He's behind in almost every state.
Okay, so the president of the United States has been getting on Joe Biden's case that he's hiding Biden. Why are you hiding? Why are you all holed up in the basement of your house and you're not out and about? And why are you not out when you could be doing all these interviews in different places? And he says, well, it's working, ain't it? It's working for me. I mean, the longer I stay away from the media and the longer I don't say certain things,
we choose truth over facts.
There's an example. As long as the longer I stay away from a microphone, the less I have those situations popping up, I guess. And he understands that, and it's a winning proposition, which is a scary thought. It's a scary thought that there are a lot of polls that are out there and some numbers that would suggest that in places like North Carolina, in places like Pennsylvania, in places like Michigan, and certain areas across the country that we're starting to hear about poll numbers that are very, very, very close. Very tight races across the country according to the polls. And you can take that for what it's worth.
I'm really offended personally.
That's somebody who has taken it personally. But they do speak volumes, again, everybody, to one of the big issues. And one of the big issues is the issues of ballots and ballot harvesting and mail-in ballots and paper ballots, and how you have people like Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who not too long ago was really fond of the idea of letting everybody know, especially on news media outlets right here in the state of Florida, that mail-in ballots, paper ballots, the idea of doing that was wrong, ripe with fraud. No.
Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz argues a mail-in ballot has wrong written all over it.
It'd be a risky experiment for us with an election that has stakes as high as a presidential election does. We've never done a mail-in ballot statewide.
Wasserman Schultz is worried about signature fraud, disenfranchising college students, getting addresses wrong.
Boy, that's a lot of fraud right there. So there's Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who's like, no, until, wait, we can benefit from this? Oh, no, yes. Why not? Why let the crisis go to waste? How many times has Nancy Pelosi said not letting the crisis go to waste? Too many times. Too many times we've heard her talk about that and others, and that they mean it. And not like crisis is an opportunity to be better. Not that a crisis is an opportunity to step back and look at the constitutional republic we are and to understand our liberties and freedoms are at stake, and it's important that we focus on that. No, that's not the kind of thing that they're talking about. They're talking about a crisis and letting it go to waste to move progressive ideology. That's the focus. That's the crisis, the benefit from the crisis. But why is it important? Why is it important when Debbie Wasserman Schultz says that the hypocrisy, obviously the flip-flopping of Democrats, we all know that. We heard yesterday, and Jerry Nadler, who did the same thing and talking about how, listen, you want to know how bad it could be? I mean, it's pretty bad. As a matter of fact, I could tell you how awful it is in the state of New York. I know about awful here in New York.
Maybe optical scan with paper. I want a paper trail. I want paper somewhere. But pure paper with no machines, I can show you. I can show you experience, which would make your head spin.
I can show you experiences that make your head spin. There, Jerry Nadler says, until they recognize that there is benefit. What's the benefit? What are we talking about here? Remember, again, as many have Scott in North Carolina said, little truth in the numbers in North Carolina. This is Trump country. Skewed the outcome of the polls because heavily Democratic polls over Republican conservatives. That's Scott in North Carolina who's saying North Carolina is Trump country and everybody knows it, and they want to make the numbers and they want to make it all look tight. And look, he may be right. It very well may be something that is skewed, and it really is Trump country. And this time around, he may be wrong, and it could very well be tight races in certain areas. Maybe the state is only a couple of thousand votes away from flipping. Do you understand that it doesn't have to be widespread mail-in ballot fraud? It just has to be a couple of thousand votes in one or two specific areas that can change it all. They don't need widespread. They just need specific. They just need certain areas. Oh, this is ridiculous when the president says anything or anybody else is talking about mail-in ballots and there being fraud. The narrative isn't that there's none. The narrative is it's not widespread. Look for that word, everybody. Look for the word widespread. When you hear widespread, you know that what they're doing is trying to make it seem as if it's not about that fraud doesn't exist, but if it's not widespread, then what are you worried about? If it's just little pockets here and there, if it's just Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a very important state, an area that, I don't know, somebody is caught recently stuffing ballots, which actually did happen for Democrats, which actually did happen. That change of a couple of thousand votes, which could mean the difference between a state turning blue and turning red, or vice versa. Places like all across Wisconsin, I could go up and down, West Virginia, I can go up and down the line of states and areas. And then you hear about where this is happening, and it's interesting how a lot of the states that have this happening, where people are starting to look and see, and you see convictions, you see people stepping in, all seem to be areas where, a couple of thousand votes, a couple of hundred votes could make the difference. That's all it takes. It's an important aspect of it to remember. All right, 239-479-5592. Kim was holding on in Fort Myers. She wanted to weigh in on theme parks that are opening up and Dr. Fauci's comments saying that, listen, when it comes to masks, it's symbolic. And by the way, we may not have a second wave of COVID. So everybody back to work, maybe. No, don't go back to work. Don't get carried away because, you got to wear a mask. But do you have to wear a mask? And yeah, we can get to that. I know, she's gone. But we'll get to your calls coming up. She's not there? She's not. Okay. All right. 239-479-5592. If you want to watch streaming live on YouTube, just go to Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. And yes, you can subscribe to the channel. We would appreciate that as well. All right, let's find out what's happening with traffic up to the minute. It's Sabrina Katz. She's got it.
Traffic slowing in Lehigh Acres, south on Bell heading towards 82, and very congested on Gunnery Road, a place to avoid south of 23rd. Go ahead and stick to Ray Avenue if you're heading to 82, or Lee Boulevard, also a great option. The crash at Daniels and Goldenwood still slowing traffic as well. This is heading west on Daniels, just near I-75. That trip to the minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
For today, 92 degrees, hot and humid with our heat index between 100 to 105. Eventually, by the afternoon and evening, we have the possibility for scattered rain and storms. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Putting the smart in your smart speaker.
Hey Alexa, play 92.5 Fox News.
92.5 Fox News.
Eating dinner in your underwear?
Hey, put some clothes on.
Taking cold showers every hour? Or pitching a tent in front of your refrigerator to stay cool. These are things you can do to beat the heat in your home.
And due to these difficult times, we have extended our no diagnostic fees, no trip charges, no strings. Visit FloridaCoolToday.com to schedule. Carrier, turn to the experts.
I'm Casey Askar. More immigrants come to America than any other nation on earth. But with a deadly virus spreading across the globe and millions of Americans unemployed, our borders have to be secure. That's why President Trump's order suspending immigration is essential. This pandemic proves just how important borders are. I'm Casey Askar, and I approve this message. I'll help the president finish the wall and control the border once and for all.
La Mesa RV offers huge selection, top brands, and transparent everyday low pricing on every RV. Find your new RV from quality brands like Winnebago, Fleetwood, and Integra. Plus, every RV is posted with our transparent everyday low price. A used Newmar Dutch Star diesel pusher number FV4231 is discounted $30,000. La Mesa RV, I-75 at Lucky Road in Fort Myers, or LaMesaRV.com. All advertised prices plus tax, tag title, and $995 dealer fee. Offer expires day of ad.
These are challenging times we're all living through. It's reasonable to expect stock market swings will remain higher than normal while we wait for global health to improve and businesses to get back in full swing. This will pass, but in the meantime, the purpose of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company and its division, the Naples Trust Company, become ever clearer. We are here to serve as a partner in the strength of your wealth management, apply our expertise on your behalf, provide focused, thoughtful advice, and demonstrate a steadfast investment discipline to see you through the years, no matter what comes our way. Our investment team plans ahead for uncomfortable times, so your wealth management strategy stays intact. If you are not already a member of the Trust Company family, we invite you to discover the difference. Contact us at sancaptrustco.com. SANCAPtrustco.com.
Not FDIC insured. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Every family is different. Your wealth strategy should be a reflection of your family's needs, challenges, and goals. At Finemark National Bank and Trust, we build a financial strategy around you. Finemark offers custom investment portfolios, trust and estate services, private banking, and financial planning. At Finemark, we believe in building something extraordinary. Stop by one of our offices in Fort Myers, Bonita Springs, Estero, and Naples, or visit us online at finemarkbank.com.
92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Hey, listen, let's not make it sound all the time as if the issue in certain states when it comes to problems or do as I say, not as I do, or the issues with masks and in this era of the Rona and what we're going to do next. Let's not make it sound like, for example, that you have, I don't know, an example of a governor who would not allow people to open up their businesses, but have one specific business open just for her. I mean, nothing happens like that. Oh, wait, this just in. Yeah, that's exactly what happened in New Mexico. Did you hear about this? Governor Michelle Grisham made a purchase from a retail jewelry store last month at the same time she ordered many industries to temporarily close following her statewide public health order. Grisham, a Democrat. Just saying. Stressed in April that New Mexicans needed to stay at home, only leave to purchase essential items such as food and medical supplies. Days after her remarks, however, she called an employee at Lily Barrick Jewelry Shop in Albuquerque, where she has a long-standing relationship, to make a purchase over the phone. There you go. So it was like, everybody stay home. You're not allowed to be open. Oh, hey, can you get the jewelry store? I gotta grab a ring or earrings for my kids. My kids like it when I'm home and I make a beautiful dinner for them, and I've got some nice jewelry on. They enjoy that. So that's okay. Look, it doesn't get better in some areas. Did you know that Andrew Cuomo should be the next president of the United States? If not 2020, maybe 2024. I mean, he's that good. The governor of New York. I mean, he is that good. You talk about leadership. We are talking about leadership to the nth degree. Like a mask. Like an N95, nth degree. Like an N95 mask. The kind of a leadership that only Andrew Cuomo could bring to the state of New York and possibly to the state, to the rest of the country. Like deciding leadership is blaming nursing homes now for the policies that he put in place, that nursing homes had to take COVID-positive patients back into nursing homes, a policy that he turned around and not quick enough after many, many people in nursing homes perished in the state of New York because of his orders. But it wasn't him. It was now the nursing homes when asked.
I've always followed CDC guidance, and I think it makes sense. And by the way, I think the rule that you can't discriminate against the COVID patient is right. That doesn't mean the nursing home has to accept a COVID-positive patient. They conflate those two things. I understand because politically facts don't matter. Just you're making a political argument.
Okay, so now he's talking. It's just a political argument. That's all this whole issue with nursing homes was. But wait a minute, let him go on.
But because you can't discriminate doesn't mean you have to accept. Actually, the law is the opposite. You cannot accept a patient at a nursing home unless you can fully and adequately treat that patient. So you can't accept a COVID patient, COVID-positive patient, unless you can isolate and quarantine and have the staff. Unless you can do all that, you cannot accept that person. And the nursing home, the obligation is on the nursing home to say, I can't take a COVID-positive person.
Oh, they could have said no? Oh, okay. So now Andrew Cuomo is blaming the nursing homes because they could have said no. No. We can't. We're not adequately equipped. I didn't know that. I don't think the nursing homes knew that. I don't think Andrew Cuomo knew that because I don't think that was the case. Matter of fact, I'm pretty confident that wasn't the case. Democrats want you to believe that they have the people to lead this country, especially on a national level. No, they don't.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? For experienced advice on planning for retirement, tune in to Saving the Investor with Alfie Townsend, Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Call the boys at National Exterminators. I'm putting out a new contract on Bugsy the Roach, Ratso the Rat, Tony the Termite, and the Anthill Mob.
Okay, Godfather, but ain't that going to cost us a lot?
No! National Exterminators just told me they'll whack anyone for only $46.
Only $46?
Get it done.
Operator, get me Bugsy the Roach, Tony the Termite, and the Anthill Mob on the phone fast.
Yeah, hello, she. Who's this?
This better be important. Yeah, talk, Ratso, we're listening.
Seems like the Godfather put out a contract on all of us.
How much is this contract?
$46. 46 smackers. The boys of National Exterminators are out now looking for all of us.
We better run.
It looks like curtains for me, boys.
Got pest of your own you want to whack? Call the boys at National Exterminators. Just dial 239-46-NO-BUG. National Exterminators. Prompt, polite, and professional. Just call 46-NO-BUG and 46nobug.com.
National Exterminators.
True relief for back and neck pain.
During these challenging times, Johnson Spinal Care at 596 Back is still here to help people who are dealing with pain or weakness from back or neck conditions like stenosis, sciatica, arthritis, or pinched nerves. We are doing our best to continue to help people who are suffering using non-surgical spinal decompression therapy. We have redoubled our sterilization efforts to help keep you safe. Everything is thoroughly wiped down between every patient. You can trust that at Johnson Spinal Care we are taking every precaution. So please don't hesitate to seek spinal decompression for relief from your back or neck pain. Painless, comfortable, and safe. Avoid spinal injections or surgery. Don't suffer thinking you can't get any care for your condition. Helping Southwest Florida for over 12 years, we are just a phone call away. Call our Medicare-friendly office for a telephone consultation to learn more about spinal decompression. 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Tyler McDaniel here. And Brad McDaniel. We're the second generation of Kenmar Care. For our whole lives, our father Ken McDaniel raised us and instilled in us the work ethic and morals which we operate under and live by today. Kenmar Care has teamed up with Maytag to bring high-quality products to you covered by Maytag's exclusive 12-year parts and 12-year dependability promise on select purchases. Be treated like family. Call Kenmar Care. 239-437-7040. That's 437-7040. And online at kenmarcare.com.
License number CAC 057163.
Stay healthy.
I can see canceling big groups of things. I get that because we don't want it to spread.
Stay informed.
Testing is available in all 50 states.
Stay with 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, this is Steve from Naples. I listen to Drew in the morning, and I was right all along.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
Fox News, I'm Lillian Wu. President Trump expected to fire a shot in his feud with Twitter after it fact-checked 2 of his tweets.
The president will sign an executive order today designed to roll back protections that safeguard social media companies from legal action for the content they allow. The president has long argued social media platforms are biased against conservatives.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland, Twitter CEO, says his company's committed to fact-checking information relating to elections, while the head of Facebook disagrees.
I just believe strongly that that Facebook shouldn't be the arbiter of truth of everything that people say online.
Mark Zuckerberg, speaking of Fox's The Daily Briefing, and first-time jobless claims for last week, 2.12 million. That is very close to the estimate of 2.1 million. And America's listening to Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
This is Corey Lazar with Wink News. Right now, 2 people linked to the death of a Cape Coral woman are still on the loose. Last month, Kaylee Mousseau died from an overdose. Police have arrested 3 people for mishandling her remains. An arrest report show Mousseau did drugs in the suspect's home. When she overdosed, they dumped her body along Gator Circle. The coronavirus has forced 24 residents of an East Naples nursing and rehabilitation center to move to a new facility. The residents leaving have tested negative for the virus, but more patients could be moved depending on test results. The facility released a statement saying they have informed families about the move and are following their emergency evacuation plans and isolation precautions. More people are testing positive for COVID-19 in Hendry County. The Department of Health in Hendry announced they found a recent increase in people testing positive, and they've come mostly from one cluster. Today is the last day of school for Charlotte, DeSoto, Hendry, and Glades counties. Lee and Collier County schools end for the summer next Wednesday. There is summer food assistance for students in all counties. Details with where you can get food help is on the Wink News app. Some businesses in Cape Coral could soon get more financial help. The Community Redevelopment Agency says it's sending out letters next week informing businesses within the CRA district that may be eligible for assistance with their rent or mortgage. The historic launch of the first private crewed rocket is now targeted for Saturday. Bad weather forced yesterday's launch to be scrubbed. I'm Corey Lazar. Wink News Now.
Wink News traffic.
A disabled vehicle at Prince Andrew Boulevard and Santa Barbara Boulevard is slowing traffic northbound on Santa Barbara for about a quarter mile. Also delays building on Santa Barbara heading north of Green Boulevard. For my commuters in Estero, still seeing a bit of congestion on Estero Parkway heading eastbound towards Three Oaks, and I-75 is beautiful right now heading to and from Lee and Collier County. A very nice commute. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News Now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Get ready for a hot and humid day of weather before some rain starts to cool you down. First up, high temperatures in the 90s, heat index between 100 to 105, and that will help to fuel a round of afternoon and evening scattered rain and storms, capable of heavy rain and lightning for some. As we look ahead to the next several days, rinse, repeat, more rounds of scattered storms, including your Friday all the way towards Saturday. Spotty rain chances on Sunday with some more pop-up rain and temps in the 90s for next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Hi, it's
Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. Boy, do I have a great deal for you. Starting at 5 p.m. each day, the first 50 customers at our Fort Myers location only will receive a free medium Chicago thin crust cheese pizza. Dine in only with the purchase of 2 beverages, 1 per check. While you're there, enjoy happy hour all day, every day. And be sure to try one of our signature favorites, like our award-winning fall-off-the-bone rack of ribs, juicy chicken wings, and gourmet burgers. So what better way to end your day than with a free pizza from Stevie Tomatoes, Fort Myers only. We'll obtain your complete satisfaction with our food quality, service, and value. I guarantee it. So come to Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page in Fort Myers on the corner of Daniels and I-75.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
We are Moran Wealth Management. Passionate about learning what's important to you and your family. Personable, with 24 professionals dedicated to attentive, customized service and focused on client relationships. Performance-driven. As part of Barron's top 1,200 advisors, Tom Moran, founder, CEO, and senior PIM portfolio manager, is Florida's highest-ranked advisor for 2019. Call 239-920-4440 today or visit MoranWealthManagement.com. Moran Wealth Management. Passionate, personable, performance-driven. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. My friends at Zero Res Carpet and Tile Cleaning want to let you know, look, your safety and your family's safety is their top priority. In the light of the current health and safety concerns, Zero Res wants to let you know about some of the procedures and preventative measures for added protection. Practicing safe social distancing while in your home. You can even leave or stay in another room and they can communicate with you by phone. How cool is that? Cleaning and disinfecting all equipment with EPA-registered disinfectants between each job. The techs are wearing gloves and booties. They're supplementing the supply of products that are EPA-approved to clean and disinfect hard surfaces, and as an added preventive measure, at no additional fee, they're going to treat doorknobs with the EPA-approved hospital-grade disinfecting products. Look, the top priority is to create peace of mind by providing people with healthy, safe, clean home and work environments, and they're going to continue to do just that through this difficult time. Give them a call at 239-932-9376. That's 239-932-9376 or online at ZeroResSWFL.com. Spell it backwards or forwards, it still spells the same. ZEROREZ.
You know Tri-Town Construction as your one-stop shop for all your construction and repair needs, including roofing and remodeling to new custom home construction. Tri-Town Construction wants you to know that they're available to serve your needs during this time of staying at home. As a locally owned and operated business, Tri-Town Construction has always maintained a policy of giving back. Well, they have stepped that up even more. As we all endure this pandemic, Tri-Town Construction is partnered with Seaside Bar and Grill in Bonita Springs and will donate meals from the proceeds of every job they do during this time to those frontline responders helping to keep us safe and healthy. Online at tri-townconstruction.com. Again, tri-townconstruction.com. Tri-Town Construction is ready when you are. Homegrown and here to stay. Safety first, Southwest Florida.
92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. My name is Drew Steele. His name is Jake the Millennial, soon to be known as Mullet Man, because he's going to get that mullet haircut. We're getting closer. We got a couple of people who texted and said that they are people who work in salons, and they would be more than happy to give Jake a mullet, something that he has desired. We talked about it. I'm just trying to make his dreams come true, everybody. That's all it is. He wanted it. We're just trying to ask for your help and support, and you know, don't charge him too much when you do it, because that's a special kind of cut.
It's got to be serious.
It's got to be serious. All right, enough of that nonsense. By the way, you can watch as we stream live each and every day on YouTube, and we appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much. At YouTube, and just in the search bar, just type in Drew Steele Radio, Steele, And right there, you can subscribe and watch each and every day. All right, top 5 audio clips of the day. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
Delaware used to be part of Pennsylvania.
That's right, but we declared our independence on December the 7th, by the way, and it's not just D-Day. Anyway.
Not just D-Day, December 7th. There's Joe Biden talking to the governor, Tom Wolf there of Pennsylvania, and they were talking about how, Pennsylvania and Delaware, the connections that they have, and apparently Delaware declared its independence on June 15th, not December 7th. That's the same day, as a matter of fact, it ratified the Constitution. And then also D-Day, June 6th, December 7th, Pearl Harbor. It's just Joe being Joe, everybody. Nothing to see here. Move along.
Number 4.
And Dragon SpaceX, unfortunately, we are not going to launch today. You are go for 5.100 launch scrub.
That was disappointing to hear yesterday, as many of you, like I was doing at home, excited, sitting there with my son, getting ready to watch the launch of SpaceX and kind of watching and listening. And then we find out because of weather that the mission was scrubbed. But we get another day to do it, everybody. So we have Saturday, about 3:30, I believe is the time. Jake, could you just double check SpaceX? The mission that was supposed to be the Dragon mission is going to be on Saturday. I want to say it's 3:30, but just double check on that time. And then we'll get back to you because that is a moment in history you don't want to miss, right?
Number 3.
You panicked about the market, panicked about COVID, panicked about the ventilators, panicked about the PPE, panicked about ever going out again, panicked that we'd ever get back to normal.
Joseph, you didn't panic about anything.
That? What good is it? Why not help people
died.
Keep their head? I understand
100,000 people died, Joe, and all you did was try to help your friend, the president. That's what you did. Every single morning on this show. Every single morning on this show, you abused and abused your position, Joe.
That's totally unfair.
You abused and abused your position.
I'm trying to help investors keep their cool, keep their heads, and as it turned out, that's what they should have done.
Wow. All right. If you know anything about CNBC, and Jake's making a face like that slinking out of the room that you could kind of do when two people are arguing, and you're like, I don't want to be here for this. That's CNBC's Andrew Ross Sorkin and Joe Kernan. There's always been this rumor that the two don't exactly like each other. Well, yesterday on Squawk Box, it was ugly, and it's just full out. Sorkin saying, just protecting your friend, 100,000 lives. How dare you do this? Kernan saying, we're just protecting investors, and you overestimated, and you were way off on this, and you're telling everybody it was going to be death and destruction, the apocalyptic and the likes we've never seen. And I was trying to keep everybody. It was just, let's just put it this way, it was ugly.
Number 2.
I just believe strongly that that Facebook shouldn't be the arbiter of truth of everything that people say online. I think in general, private companies probably shouldn't be, or especially these platform companies shouldn't be in the position of doing that.
Oh, boy. All right. So there's a little bit of Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook talking about the president and the possibility that there might be restrictions now to platforms, places like Twitter and maybe even Facebook, where now they're no longer platforms, everybody, a place to deposit your thoughts, but now they have become publishers where they decide to edit. And you can't do that without the protections that you enjoy right now. And the president thinking about taking those protections away. And Mark Zuckerberg's like, hey, we never really, it seemed like it was a lot of that there.
Number 1.
The evidence is there already. They should be arrested. Simple as that.
That is some audio from Minneapolis and the protests that are taking right now. Crowds demonstrating their anger over the death of George Floyd, an African-American man who died in the custody of police on Monday. And it is getting really, really ugly out there, everybody, in Minnesota and starting to pick up across the country.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Now, a couple of things about this story that I mentioned earlier, and maybe you have some thoughts on this. 239-479-5592. A couple of things. Number one, if you see the video, it's horrific. It's absolutely horrific to see what happens to somebody who's in cuffs. Oftentimes you hear officers saying, once somebody is cuffed, that's it. Struggle's over, the fight's over. You have them, and now enough is enough. And as Rich Kolko mentioned, safety and security specialist from Wink News earlier, there are times when somebody's on meth or they're on drugs and they're not, you can't control them, where you may have to have 2 or more officers to restrain somebody. But when the cuffs are on, to have somebody on their stomach and to have an officer with a knee on somebody's neck, who clearly, this is what was happening in the video. I guess it was called a blood choke, something that many places, many municipalities, many departments, from what I understand, do not do anymore across the country. That it wasn't like he was fighting. And so here you have an officer who clearly you can see was putting him in a position where, well, exactly what happened could happen and did happen. And it was horrific, and it's horrible. It's horrible to see. It's horrible to think about. Anybody who looks at the video sees something that they don't want to see. It's absolutely disturbing. You could say it was unjustifiable. The focus that I think needs to happen right now in this case, in the George Floyd case, in case you don't know, and this happened in Minneapolis on Monday. There's some surveillance video out that shows that he was being cooperative in cuffs for a while, for a certain amount of minutes, even before this took place. There'll be investigations. The administration is sending the FBI, DOJ there to investigate. Civil rights charges is what they will handle. The state handles the murder charges. That will be looked into if that's the case. How it works in Minnesota, I don't know. Whether or not it's first, second, third degree murder or just manslaughter or a different type of way that they would prosecute, I don't know what that looks like. But as we focus on this case and we say now we see what's happening here, we want to get the evidence. We don't want to look at any other cases, talk about any other situations. There are people that are coming at this from all angles that want to talk about the racial component. You don't know whether or not this was racially motivated or not. The investigation will happen to find out if it's a possibility. But you see what happened on that video. That was horrific, and I don't think anybody would deny that. But you also look at some of, for example, the audio I played. Right now, there's rioting in Minneapolis. Target grocery stores set on fire, other stores set on fire, looting like you cannot believe. You can go on social media, on Twitter right now, and see videos that are very disturbing. I was watching one video on the break of a woman in a wheelchair who was getting beat up because people were trying to take things out of her wheelchair in the Target. She was being punched in the head. It was horrible and hard to see, hard to look at. You hear the audio of the protests that are saying, hands up, don't shoot. Black Lives Matter involved in what is happening in Minneapolis and what is happening right now in Los Angeles and the destruction of police vehicles on an interstate. We see that is taking place. I don't know how anybody feels like the justification, that there is justification to loot and destroy property because of something that happened thousands of miles away, and how they feel like this is the answer, the solution, that this is okay, which clearly it's not. And again, you hope and pray that justice will be served in this case, as all the evidence comes out, and a lot of it we already see, and that will happen moving forward. But certainly on the other side of this, we have to be careful of some of the things that is happening right now on social media, some of the disturbing things that are going on, some of the video that's being shown, especially where there are people that are putting things on social media, like on Twitter. Who was it? Was it Ice Cube that did this? Ice Cube is an actor, right?
Correct.
I don't know what I know. Ice Cube is a rapper. I don't know Ice Cube is an actor. He's pretty well known, right? I mean, he's been in movies.
Well known, I
Okay,
would say.
all right. Who put out a tweet recently that had a picture that was not true. It was a picture of the officer and then of somebody that was wearing a MAGA hat that said make whites great again, or make white people great again, or something like that. And then put them side by side, but it wasn't the officer. That person that was in the hat was not. There were people all over social media that were retweeting back and saying, you got this wrong. That's not him. That they recognized who that person was. I don't know who the person was. I just know that was out there and retweeted as if it was true. A picture that somebody focused on that had, I guess, somebody who looked like the officer at a Trump rally and saying, and trying to insinuate, you see where I'm going here. The kind of things that can't happen either. That we have to make sure we stand up and stop things like that from happening. You may ask yourself, where's Twitter in all of this? Twitter sees all of these things that are coming up. They see all of this. Are they doing anything like they did with the president of the United States when he tweeted out about mail-in ballots, and there's no way, zero, that mail-in ballots will be anything less than substantially fraudulent. Mailboxes will be robbed, ballots will be forged and even illegally printed out and fraudulently signed. And he's right, it's true, it's happened. We have examples of it. I can give you plenty. We don't have enough time, but there are examples. There's plenty of receipts, if you will, that would say that the president is right about this. But because there's a political agenda behind Twitter and what they agree with and do not agree with, they decided to have a link in there that said, get the facts about mail-in ballots. And then when you click, the fact checker is CNN Politics. I'm not kidding. That's who they're going to for the facts. So you already see where the bias is. I don't know that Joe Biden gets the same kind of treatment. I don't know that Barack Obama had the same kind of treatment, or people that worked for the former administration. Did they get the same kind of treatment? I mean, we can go up and down the line on the Democrat side. Are they getting the same kind of treatment? To which the president now, today, I guess, is going to sign some kind of executive order that will change how we look at Twitter as a platform, as a publisher, as opposed to a platform which is just the depositing of ideas and thoughts, and a publisher who has the right to editorialize and do what they did, which is to say, no, Mr. President, you're wrong. Here's where we go to our fact checkers that would prove that that is wrong, especially when we're looking at the politics of the day where Democrats are saying that you're wrong, and here's to prove their point. No, you can't do that as Twitter. Currently, the way the system's set up. But I wonder, and again, what will be happening in the next few days and weeks and months and years, where platforms like Twitter will be when clearly, when the situation is happening right now, where we have a horrific situation that happened on Monday. Anybody who sees it can see how awful that was with the officer and George Floyd. And what happened there on Monday, and the fact that you have such rage now that people are going out on social media and posting things that are just not true, that will incite rage in people with MAGA hats on, supporters of the president, and what Twitter and some other platforms are going to do to stop that from happening. And again, to not get outside of the story that is happening here with the situation that took place in Minnesota with the officer and George Floyd, and to focus on that, and to focus on justice, and to focus on that specifically, and not go anywhere else except into that case, and not bring any other cases from outside, not bring forces that are going to take advantage of this moment in time, not bring trolls into this that are going to put things on Twitter to incite some pretty nasty comments and thoughts and hatred that's out there that we're told all the time by the left that shouldn't be happening, that we're the arbiters of things that are good and right and righteous, and that this shouldn't be happening, until somebody posts something like that. And do they back it up with deeds, not just words? Are they going to stop and pull down all of that that's happening? to just kind of take a step back and watch and make sure this plays out properly and that justice will be served. The FBI, DOJ investigating. The state has their investigation going on as well. 239-479-5592. Chris is in Cape Coral, wanted to weigh in on this story. Hello, Chris.
Hey, good morning, Drew. How are you?
I'm all right.
So, yeah, I got to be crystal clear on one thing with this. It was disgusting to watch what that police officer did. And I think in the end, he needs to be brought up on charges because, you know, as a white person looking at that, that would have enraged me. I probably would have bull rushed him if I was on scene physically. And because he was way out of line and the people that were giving him the business were all in the right for that because that was nonsense. And it was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Very sad, actually.
Yep.
But the problem with the Black Lives Matter is they always need a narrative. And it's always have to have a white person involved. If they really cared about black lives, they'd be in Chicago protesting every day. But they don't do that, you see, because it doesn't fit their narrative. And that's another thing that just irks me to no end.
All right, Chris. Well, I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. And, you know, I'm concerned about, I don't care about the racial aspect. I care about a life that I'm seeing being taken away by another person and what the circumstances are. And I want to focus on that person and that life and that individual and what that officer did. And I don't want to make it an indictment of every single officer and every single department. I'm not going to do that. And you shouldn't do that. I refuse to go down that road. I'm not going to. It's not an indictment on every officer. It's not an indictment on every department. And don't make it a gateway for you to start making comments like that. Let's keep the focus where it needs to be on the individual that did this. And what was committed and what happened in that specific situation. And somebody said agreed with Chris that bystanders could have helped. Well, and in that case, officers could have helped as well to see what condition he was in and to say, hey, you know, you can kind of back off a little bit now. Take his knee off of that person. There's going to be a lot to look at. And to let this play out, that justice will be served and we will get more details and more information on this story. And I'm sure you'll hear about it as well as we progress throughout the day with Glenn Beck coming up in just a few more minutes on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along. Oh, all right. Sorry about that. I just realized it's sitting right there. Okay. Let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up with Wink News meteorologist Matt Devitt.
For today, 92 degrees, hot and humid with our heat index between 100 to 105. Eventually, by the afternoon and evening, we have the possibility for scattered rain and storms. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Your local 1-hour air conditioning and heating team is open and ready.